here. I was at about a 9, and it went down to about a 4.
Really?
And I'll tell you what did it for me. You mentioned it, that there were a lot of segments dedicated to it. I think they made it too they pulled the curtain too far back when they kind of spilled the beans that Ambrose could win the match and actually cash in against either Rollins or Reigns. You know, that would have been a nice nugget to save and have a surprise instead of just being upfront and putting all your cards on the table 6 days before your big match. Like, there's no surprise for me now. If Ambrose wins this match, like,
he's not going to win.
But even if he does, like, that would have been something nice, because maybe it was just from a long day's work or a long 3-hour episode of what I was going to expect from Raw that night. The thought had not crossed my mind that Ambrose could possibly cash in that night against those two. Like,
Really?
that would have been something nice.
Really?
That would have been something nice for Ambrose to win on Sunday.
He doesn't hear it on spoilers. It
doesn't count.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see Ambrose win it on Sunday and then just say, fuck it, at SummerSlam triple threat. Boom.
Okay.
Instead of just giving it away before the match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just before the Money in the Bank match even happened. And it does feel like I'm already getting tired of these 6 guys already together. Not to mention, bro, 2 weeks ago, we had this 6-man tag match, 3-on-3. For anybody that missed the last 4 weeks of Raw, guess what? You're gonna get that same match again this SmackDown before the pay-per-view. Like, it's already.
What are they doing on SmackDown?
6-man tag, the heels against the faces.
3-on-3?
Again, the same match we had 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Like, it's already getting worn out. At least for me. Like, I just want it over with.
That's my thing, dude. I'm just getting burnt out of it. Of these. Now, not to say that the match is, like you said, the match is going to be good.
The meme of Jericho sitting on the ladder with the scarf, like, it's gone to, like, hilarious levels. But other than that, there has not been much enticing to make me want to watch this match.
They're just giving away too much.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just overexposure, oversaturation of these 6 guys.
Who do you have winning the match?
He's talking to Abel, and Abel's chewing ice.
I think Kevin Owens. Man, like, as much as I like to say, oh, you know, maybe Ambrose, I think with them doing too much on Raw, I think that means he's not winning.
Red herring?
Yeah. I think they're going to give it to Owens because the only other person that is high enough caliber to maybe have a world title run would be Zayn. But Zayn, he's this baby face that they're going to kind of do the slow thing with them and just, like, let him get there, you know, on his own time. But have a heel running around with the accessory, so to speak, of the briefcase and have people chase him. I think that's the formula that they should go with, and they probably are going to go with.
That's an interesting pick. What do you got, Trev?
Man, I kind of want to agree with Abel. I'm thinking Owens because I'm trying to think of a competitor that's like being kind of quiet in this whole thing, and Owens is not. And I don't think there is one. I think they all have a valid, you know, stake in winning this match. Del Rio would be too blah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I agree with you on Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn might be the one to win the match just to cash in and lose because that's what he does. He loses big-time matches. Like, I don't even think Sami Zayn has enough in him storyline-wise to win this big match. Like, I don't got Sami Zayn winning this.
No.
I don't got Del Rio winning.
I don't think Dean Ambrose is going to win just because of that segment.
Yeah, that killed it for me.
If they do not have that segment, I would probably say that Dean Ambrose will probably win.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways.
He might be one of the most naturally over guys. He's supposed to be cheered, and he's cheered like fucking bananas. Roman Reigns is supposed to be cheered.
Bananas, yay! I love bananas. Oh, sorry. What?
Depends where you stick him. Roman Reigns is supposed to be cheered. He gets booed out of the building. Rollins is supposed to be booed. He gets cheered out of the building. Dean's like organically doing what's supposed to be done of him.
Because he hasn't been force fed.
Yeah.
Last time they tried to force feed us, he came out with a hot dog cart and mustard and ketchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody have Cesaro winning?
I thought about that.
That's my dark horse.
Maybe a dark horse for me too.
He's already coming out in a suit and tie. The briefcase will kind of just fit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can think about that. But now, yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, that would make it hard for him. Like he'd have to put the suitcase down, then rip off all his clothes.
That's the worst thing about the Money in the Bank gimmick. Like carrying the freaking briefcase around.
Did you see kayfabe news?
The USB stick.
A Money in the Bank USB stick.
No, I didn't see that. That's funny.
Stick it in the ref's butt. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go.
No, and that would still be. You still want to cash it in? Are you cashing it now? You want to cash it in? You want to cash it now?
Oh, there's a virus in there, man. Next time.
Oh, let me put it in my iPad. Hold on. Oh, yeah.
How?
Hey, we have listener Chris. He wants to know if they ended up pulling that for SummerSlam, would you regret giving up your SummerSlam ticket?
No.
No.
Okay. That was from Hector. Thanks, Hector.
Hey, Hector.
Yeah.
Hector, bucket list. Before I die, I wanted to go to Madison Square Garden. That's nothing's gonna sway that. So, besides, I've been to a shitload of pay-per-views. We all have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Hector, thanks for tuning in there. I forgot to mention this at the top of the show, but I guess it didn't really matter since we didn't have audio.
Because nobody can. No,
we don't have Porsche typing away on the chat, so the chat's there. Just Travis and I are trying to keep up with it while actually doing the show, so bear with us. She went off to Disney World. The magic.
And if you're listening to this after the fact, not live, always tune in Tuesdays at 8:00. You can catch us live on
Central
on the YouTube. Yes.
8
Central.
Yeah.
For all you international listeners and viewers.
Yeah. Apparently, we have some international.
That one dude in Japan.
Yeah.
Colombia.
Peru.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're international global force of podcasting.
For over 50 years, a worldwide leader. I always thought that was bullshit. I was like, y'all haven't been around for 50 years. But
Check the Wikipedia timeline. Fuck.
Yeah. Dang it. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna roll the dice. I got Cesaro winning.
No, you don't.
Fuck it. I'm picking Cesaro. He's due,
that's
man.
valid, yeah.
He's right below Dean Ambrose. Like he's had the internet following still behind him for a long time, and the Cesaro section starting to spread. And then he got injured, and then he came back, and now the Cesaro section is spreading even more. Like if there's a close runner-up to like organic heat below Ambrose, it's probably Cesaro.
My one nit to pick on this whole thing from Raw was the backstage segment when Cesaro was supposed to have an interview and Sami Zayn went up on the other side.
Hey y'all, I'm Sami Zayn.
That was so out of character for Sami Zayn. And then like it made Cesaro like kind of like an ass. You know, it's like talking down to him, and Sami Zayn's like, dude, we've been friends for years. What's going on? And he's over here talking down to him. I've been here for 4 years. You've been here 4 months. Like that whole segment did nothing but, to me, like did nothing but hurt both those characters.
It healed them both up a little bit.
More so Cesaro than Sammy, but it made Sammy look annoying and it made Cesaro look like a heel.
Did that annoy you because you knew who Sami Zayn was before he showed up on Raw and Cesaro?
No, I'm just looking at it as a character.
Face value.
Face value. If I'm just looking at that straight up, that's all I'm seeing. Like, dude, what the? Because if you just watch Sami Zayn from the time he came on Raw, he's never shown that kind of personality. Like he kind of sneaks up on the other side of person, and he's just. You're gonna ask, go and ask, and I'll sit here let you talk. Like that was so weird.
Yeah,
like it made no sense.
Kudos for them trying something different, though.
No,
that's not something I ever seen before.
Not in this case.
No, okay.
On the other side of the coin, match of the week candidate: Cesaro versus Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Poetry, emotion, like those guys together. Like that's a feud I want to see for the next, like for months. Like if they're going over a mid-card title.
Did you have flashbacks of 2 years ago or 3 years ago? Was
Arrival?
Yeah.
Even better. I think that's the best match those two have.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far.
Stuff might have been overhyped in the beginning, which was why we tried to jump in on NXT late on the whole Cesaro Sami Zayn stuff. But this was fresh for me. You know?
It was fresh, but I wouldn't say that was better than their match from NXT.
I wouldn't either.
Really?
Yeah, it was a good match. And if you forgot about the NXT matches, or if you didn't watch the NXT matches, this is the first time seeing what those two could do.
Yeah.
It's great. I really enjoyed the finish, and it caught me off guard because while that like flipping code red counter move that was done, we've seen that before from other competitors, and it's never a finisher, even though it looks like it should be a finisher. The fact that finished the match and it made Sami Zayn like, holy crap, I won! Yes, like I liked all of that there. Like it worked. It worked.
How about the tag match with Owens and Del Rio against the other Mexicans?
I give 2 thumbs up for Owens.
Oh yeah,
in that whole thing. Just some of the mannerisms and just him
Yelling.
Him yelling and his attitude that he has, like when he drug him back to his corner, do I have to do everything around here? And
Why do you keep talking to me in Spanish?
Dude, and yeah, that was funny. The whole night, yeah. And him actually holding his own and winning the match for the team. I all around, that's just for Owens by himself, match of the week candidate for me.
He's probably the most, between him and Cesaro, character-wise, that's what's holding most of the weight of my anticipation for this Money in the Bank match.
Mm-hmm. You can imagine some of the stuff he's be yelling at during that match, during the ladder match. But
he thought Money in the Bank was the main event at the end of Raw. You watching 3 hours of Raw, or fast-forwarding most of it because you have DVR. What did WWE tell you the main event for this pay-per-view is?
AJ Styles versus John Cena.
What's your anticipation level?
About an 8.
Go for it.
Yeah. The way that both the guys, AJ and Cena, both are putting a lot of importance on this match. And I think they are doing it themselves. And it's not necessarily a whole lot of extra factors going into it. While we had, vignettes and video packages and things like that for Roman and for Roman and Rollins, we didn't really see a whole lot of that for AJ and Cena. AJ and Cena just had their time, and that was it. And there wasn't a whole lot of other stuff to it. But in that time, between those segments, when they were talking, holy crap, they didn't pull a whole lot of punches there. They really said things that a lot of smarky IWC people wanted them to say, and they did. And aside from the fact of Cena not mentioning TNA whenever he went off and mentioned like all these
Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Ring of Honor, New Japan.
Yeah. Like other than the TNA omission, everything else was like spot on. And if you were read between the lines, you could tell they were, going to want to include TNA in that whole feud thing. But without actually saying it, it took a little bit away from it. But at the end of the day, it sounds like this feud is the only reason why we're having this is to appease all the marks that say, hey, this would be a dream match.
Because Rollins ain't going to beat Reigns, but we'll throw him a bone.
Yeah. AJ and Cena. Cena, the guy who's been on top for 15 years here, and then the guy who's been on top for 15 years elsewhere. Yeah. This is a dream match. This is our Hogan versus Flair. But is it going to be as good? Is it going to be as high profile? I don't know.
More like Flair versus Muta.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. See, Hogan versus Flair wasn't as. Hogan versus Flair wasn't as. How do I say this?
It wasn't as fervent because they took too long to pull the trigger.
Exactly. They took too long, and when they finally got around to it, it was like this one, almost right from jump. Boom, they're doing it. Right from the get-go.
Was there a dream match in WrestleMania that we can compare this to, since they're comparing this to WrestleMania?
What, from this year's WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I already forgot half of it.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you getting at?
Well, because they're just comparing Money in the Bank to WrestleMania, so we compared the ladder match from the WrestleMania. Is there anything we could compare this to? No? Fuck it. Travis, what's your anticipation level for this match?
Maybe a 6 or 7. I don't know. As good as the promo you thought it was, you had some stuff to say. I did, dude. There's a big pet peeve of mine. I may have mentioned this before. I probably have. I don't know. But when a wrestler, especially Cena, because it sounds worse coming from Cena, forces fan chants repeatedly, knowing that they're going to start chanting whatever the hell comes out of their mouth. Mm-hmm. That really got on my nerves.
That's one.
I took exception to one thing that he said to Styles about him being the underdog.
About Styles being the underdog?
Yeah, he called him an underdog.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right there, you're already taking away an aspect of this match, which another pet peeve of this is Cena telling us this is a dream match. It is not the job of the wrestler to tell us it's a dream match. They don't do that. The commentators are supposed to be doing that. The commentators are supposed to be setting this match up to say, hey, man, this is a special match. This is, we never thought we'd see this. When with one of the participants in that match is saying that, it sounds self-serving and it's for their own ego. Those three things, it just took me out of this whole thing because it's already predictable what's going to happen. Even if you could say, oh, Cena wins, LOL. It's even if you weren't going to have that aspect, now it is like that for me.
Is that your prediction?
Yes.
Cena wins?
Yep.
Okay. Never bet against Cena. Oh, I'm picking Cena, unfortunately. I want AJ to win.
If dollar bets over here. If I'm putting down a quarter for a bet,
yeah,
I'm gonna say Cena's gonna win.
Yeah.
But for me personally, obviously I want Styles to win.
Yeah, me too. I feel the same way. But how crazy would it be if AJ did win? I mean, after all, Owens beat Cena, clean the first go around.
You mean NXT champion Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
That's why
what championship does Styles have right now?
Nothing.
That's why I'm picking AJ Styles, because they set this whole thing up that AJ has enough respect for Cena that he's going to sign the contract where it's just one-on-one. It's the club. They don't give a fuck about respect unless it's with each other. You know damn well he signed it so that Cena can think it's going to be one-on-one. There's going to be hooligan shenanigans. AJ's winning it. And then Cena's going to want to take it personal because that's not what AJ Styles
said. So you don't think it's going to be like shenanigans and he's going to win, or you think AJ's going to win through shenanigans, or you think Cena's going to win because disqualification?
Yeah, see, that was the thing there, because it said either Cena versus the club or Cena versus AJ. Does that mean that the contract that was signed, which was Cena versus AJ, had the stipulation that the club cannot be involved?
They didn't say it.
They didn't say that.
And it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
They'll still find a way to do it.
Okay.
It'll
be Dana Brooke coming out in one of the club vests.
But you watch your fucking mouth.
Oh, shit. Number 4, to add on to Travis's list.
Dana fucking Brooke.
To add on to Travis's list, number 4 goes back to my big pet peeve of this whole introduction. Either go balls in or pull out.
What?
Cena teased, oh, yeah, you think your club's full of bullets, but it's nothing but shells. Call them the fucking Bullet Club or just call them something else.
Yeah.
Don't call them Dog Club. Call them like Faction X or call them Stupid Group. I don't care. Like either call them the Bullet Club or don't even try to fake it by some half-ass shit.
I've been saying it from day one, dude. It sounds like a ripoff.
But to your point, even the good stuff sounds worse when it comes out of fucking Cena's mouth for some reason. It's like it's like the person you don't want to hear the validation giving you the validation. It's like, I told you were going to wreck that car if you drove drunk. It's like, I don't need to hear it. Like, it's just, I hate the holding the punch like that. Just call them the Bullet Club. Fuck it. Just call them the Bullet Club.
I think it was.
They're teasing it too much already anyway.
Who was, I can't remember who the interview was with, if it was Gallows in an interview. They said, they interviewed somebody and they're saying
Gallows because they're kids. They don't want to use Bullet Club.
That's right. Because the PG era, bullets too violent-ish. And
did they not have kids when they were in Japan? Those same kids? They didn't have them?
It's not a PG era show, though.
Yeah. They're just tougher.
Yeah. They're not pussies.
So you guys thought the main event did not involve the fucking world title.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what Raw presented to you guys. That the main event did not involve the title. So tell me what your anticipation level is for the title match, Rollins versus what's his face?
Reigns.
Yeah.
About a 7. As much as I'm excited to see Rollins back, and as much as I am excited at the notion that Rollins could get his title back, I don't care about the match.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't.
Why? Okay.
Again, I'm gonna be a broken record on this. We can no. Seth Rollins. They screwed him up from the jump of his return. As soon as he started being a heel, he comes out on Raw. He's supposed to be the heel. He gets cheered out of the building.
Mhm.
Everybody cheers this guy. And this is not as far as I know, and I asked you guys this on Monday, I don't think New Orleans is a marquee town. So they're not going to have like us there. So he's getting cheered and basically in their demographic arenas.
Mm-hmm.
Reigns comes out, he gets booed out of the freaking building. And
well, the kids with the high pitched voices, they were very audible, more than other cities. Even though he was getting booed loudly, I felt my ears pierce a bit when I heard all the because that was loud.
What was that?
I don't know if I can pull that again.
I don't want to hear that again. We just got a microphone working. I don't want to break it again. Right?
That's why we have two.
Yeah. Their booking of this has totally gotten me out of this match. This could be a really good like build up for a match. Seth Rollins is making good valid points. He never lost the belt. And Reigns' only comeback to that was, well, this is your belt. Why do I have it?
You know what the perfect comeback for that would have been? Whether he wants to be a face or a heel or just be the guy, he should have just said, I don't have to beat you to keep this title. You have to beat me to keep this title.
Fair enough.
Because it would still make Rollins more of a sympathetic wrestler because Roman Reigns threw at him like that. But that comeback was so weak.
Dude. It was.
Like yeah.
It sounds like something your drunk Mexican uncle would say when like you're trying to start a fight with him, and they're like, "Well, if you think you're so badass, why am I your uncle?" What? Like, okay. Like trying to make tough guy comebacks, but you're 58 years old, then you're not a tough guy.
Hit him with your chest.
Shit, that segment sank faster than Zach Gowen on the course.
What do you think of Dean? What do you think Dean Ambrose in that segment?
You know,
I like his hosting capabilities.
Yeah. When he tries to be like tongue in cheek, kind of cutesy, but not quite, like it's funny. He kind of pulls it off. But
hey, I'll ask the questions around here.
Trying to pull it out of Roman, on the other hand, was, I don't know. I just wanted to see Dean and Seth, verbally spar. Like, I just want to see them two go.
Yeah.
But I kind of gotta. I think you mentioned this already, Chris, that you weren't really thinking Dean Ambrose could grab the Money in the Bank briefcase and he'd be the one standing tall at the end of the night until like he said it. And then now that he said it, I was like, shit. Now that's not gonna happen because he said it, But yeah, it wasn't like at the forefront of my mind, So as much as I like the fact that he mentioned it, since he did, it kind of fucked things up.
That's not the first time it's happened. It's taken us out of previous anticipations before.
I'll give Roman a bit of credit when he talks naturally instead of force-feeding lines that are being force-fed to him. He comes across a whole lot better. He did. Other than that comeback, there were moments during that little trip down memory lane where he was comfortable on the mic. It might have been him just being honest and open, or him just being around guys that he's comfortable with.
Honestly, Dean and Seth were much better than that. I was more in tune with what they were saying than what.
Well, but
Reigns for the most part didn't seek that down until the comeback with the whole title belt thingy. But at this point, I think it's too far damaged to fix in the route that they're going, trying to keep Reigns as the face and Rollins as the heel when the crowd doesn't want it.
Right.
And it's few and far between, but I keep remembering the words of Steve Austin. It's like, man, if I had the opportunity, I would have called an audible on X7 and just dropped McMahon with a stunner, and we would have tried to fix it the next night on Raw.
Right.
Like as soon as Rollins came out, as soon as that promo ended with both of them in the ring, the first night when Rollins came back, they should have called an audible and done something. And from there, just trying to force this, Fetch isn't happening. And they've been trying to push Fetch for 4 weeks, and it ain't happening still. My anticipation level for this is probably at a 5, mostly because of Rollins' return. But
who's winning?
Between the kerfuffle of the Money in the Bank segments last night and the lack of importance, this opened the second hour of the show.
Mm-hmm.
You had more stuff, more entertaining stuff that went through the show and actually ended the show. There has to be a reason why this started the second hour of the show. And it probably wasn't because of the NBA Finals. So between the Money in the Bank stuff and this, I don't really care about the outcome of this title match. I'm more intrigued on the outcome of the Money in the Bank match. I'm actually more intrigued in the outcome of the AJ Cena match, even though in the back of my mind, I'm afraid, as much as I want AJ to win, I picked AJ to win, there's always that opportunity.
Yeah.
Never bet against Cena.
Never bet against Cena.
Regardless, how we get there, I'm still intrigued and anticipated by that more than I am this match.
You know, I think I disagree at that point because I still care as to what happens and who wins and loses that match because it's the world title. But that's really the only reason. If Roman keeps the title, well then, yay, that gives us another month's worth at least of fodder for us to be talking about here and to bitch about on the podcast. If Seth wins, then, oh, that's awesome. You know, Seth has the title back, and this is pretty good, and this is something that we've wanted.
Here we go again.
I've wanted Seth to have the title back. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens, but I'm not interested in the match. You know, maybe it's because we've seen it before, and it wasn't like setting the world on fire.
Have we seen Rollins and Reigns?
Yeah, we have. They had a rematch
long time ago.
Oh wait, but no, it was
I don't think we have seen it.
I thought we did.
They it was injuries that were keeping them apart, or something was keeping them apart. They had Reigns feuding with Bray for a while after,
and then Orton at SummerSlam while Rollins had the title and was feuding with Cena.
But they never had a one-on-one themselves.
Sting, and not a champions. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Oh well, shit. Okay, well then, never mind.
He feuded with Ambrose at Elimination Chamber that they teased but they never gave us Reigns against Rollins.
I feel like I've seen it before, and I felt like it wasn't entertaining. But maybe we just haven't seen it.
What'd you think of the whole Shield memories vignettes throughout the night?
I thought we got that last week. Like what? Which episode of Raw am I watching?
Yeah, I thought we got that in the documentary of the Shield documentary. Yeah. You know, what was it called? I don't remember, but yeah, whatever the Shield documentary was, I felt like, all right.
You would think if they're building up Raw with these like highlights of the Shield, that you would end the show with it.
Yeah.
Instead of bust your load at the first hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys more interested in this match than you are the WrestleMania 32 title match with Triple H as champion defending against Reigns?
I'm more interested in this one.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
More or less the outcome of it.
Yeah, I'm more interested in seeing what's going to happen with the world title. Not so much the match itself.
You kind of knew. Yeah.
You know, and I feel so stupid about this because
you have a long cat hair on the side of your cheek?
Yeah, shut up. Because this should be a good match. Because
this should have been what we got at WrestleMania if Rollins hadn't been hurt.
Yeah, and Rollins, I love him as a wrestler. You know, like I want to see what he's going to do in the match. You know, and Reigns, when he's up against somebody else that's good, he's usually decent enough where I'm not going to bitch about it. You know, so I think that the match quality itself could be good, but for whatever reason, I'm yawning at this match.
Here's another aspect of it. This is going to be Rollins' first match back.
Oh, so he might be a little rusty?
A little rusty. What is his moveset going to change any with his knee?
Maybe.
I mean, he can still do a pedigree, which is good. But
he did a vertebraker on AJ Styles in a house show a few days ago.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Because the little 24 special, he was talking about maybe changing up his moveset a little bit.
Oh, okay.
That's curious. Yeah. How about the Fatal 4-Way for the tag titles? Travis, what's your anticipation level for that? Do you know the teams?
Okay, we got the Club.
Dog Club.
Enzo Cass.
How you doing?
New Day and Vaudevillians.
What's your anticipation level?
Maybe 5.
Okay.
I don't know.
Care to expound on that?
Something about it. As much as I want to say the tag team division is getting better, it's kind of, they've gotten more teams, but it's kind of gone in circles, I think. And I've been saying this for a while now. I kind of want. I think that the tag titles need to come off New Day. They've had them since like SummerSlam, something like that. They don't need the belts. If you want to go the route of AJ winning against Cena, my pick is going to be Anderson and Gallows winning the tag straps. But other than that, like I don't. Vaudevillians need to go back to NXT. Cass and Enzo, they don't need the belts, and that's probably why they never won them in NXT either. When you're super over like that, you just don't need the belts, and that's why I don't understand why New Day's been holding on to them for so long. But if you have, that's the reason I'm thinking Gallows and Anderson, because with that, and if AJ can beat Cena, that's going to make them super over, have some major heat as a heel team, faction, Sable, whatever the hell.
I'm going to agree with you and disagree with you at the same time.
What else is
there? I'm going to go with about a 6 on this. Now, what I agree with you is that New Day doesn't need the titles. Neither does Cass and Enzo. I think that the club is going to come out with the straps. I don't agree that them coming out with the straps means that AJ's going to win. I think they come out with the straps, that means AJ's going to lose. That way, the balance of the world is still there. This faction, if you look at them collectively, well, we're going to have the main guy lose to Cena, but to make up for it, we're going to give him the tag titles, you know? So I think that's how they're going to balance it there. Now, to kind of go off on something else, that promo on Raw, where all the tag stuff happened, when we had the New Day out there doing the New Day shtick, that was funny as hell with them making fun of Kofi's shoes and all. And then you had Cass and Enzo go out there, and Enzo's talking about fingering Francine. How you doing? And then you had the Vaudevillians come out, and Aiden English reprised his old gimmick of singing and serenading the crowd. We had tons of fucking campiness going with all that. And for all three of those teams, it kind of makes sense. There's campiness with all three of them, and it kind of meshed. And then I thought, okay, this is where the club is going to come out and put an end to the campiness and be like, look, we're serious bad motherfuckers. You need to take this serious. And while you're out there goofing around, we're going to kick your ass and take the titles. That's what they should have done. But what did they do? They came out and said, hey, shut up. We're tough. Oh, but we also
what do you think? This is Camp WWE?
Yeah. They tried to forcibly crack jokes that were obviously written for them by creative that they don't have the funny comedic timing to pull off. I really wanted the clash of their serious bad motherfucker attitudes to be the complete foil of all three of the other guys. Where they're out there being goofy and silly and da-da-da-da-da. Even with the Vaudevillains, they were being silly, but you're booing them.
There wasn't a sense of urgency for this match.
With the Bullet Club in Japan, with the NWO, with DX, with the Four Horsemen, it took at least a couple of years of them being straight up, in your face, serious, I've ran out of fucks to give, before they got comfortable in their own skin and started cracking jokes in each other, and in turn, the crowd liking the jokes, in turn, the crowd liking the group. Right now is not the time for them to try to stoop to anybody else's level to try to be funny. The one thing I was expecting, I loved New Day, I loved Cass and Enzo, the Vaudevillians. They need a little more time for their shtick. It's going to take a little more time for their old school shtick to get over before I see them with tag titles. As soon as the Anderson and Gallows came out, I didn't even want to see them with microphones in their hand. I just wanted to see them come out, beat the living shit out of all 7 of them people.
Yeah.
And just leave the ring. So at least I can see one team's taking it serious. I'm picking the club to win because they've brought in AJ Styles from Japan with all this hoopla. Mm-hmm. And he, as much as I like him and much as I like seeing him, as much as he's had pretty decent matches, he really hasn't done shit.
Right. And that's another thing I hated was Cena pointing that out too.
So the fact that you're also bringing in Anderson and Gallows with an awesome intro debut, and then you fuck it up by watering it down with the Usos, You have to put them back on top by winning these belts and making them a credible threat.
And not writing lame-ass jokes for them.
Yeah, and this is not – what happened on Monday was not a good example of how to utilize Anderson and Gallows that way, in my opinion. My anticipation for this is at a 5.
Okay. I just thought of something. Where is Usos? Where are the Usos?
They're taking a long nap because 5-hour energy doesn't do them justice.
Oh.
That's what's going on.
But isn't that kind of weird that
they just went away? Yeah, I have no fucking clue. I don't know.
Maybe they're on Superstars or Main Event, or one of those shows we don't watch.
Well, they wouldn't be the only ones that you would think they would be there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are we gonna transition to the women's division?
Well, if you like the boss, Sasha Banks, then that's where you want to go. You want to see Superstars.
Yeah, why?
And even Main Event. Because
why? Really?
Because that's where you can find Sasha Banks every week.
Oh.
Is she at least having fresh matches?
Sure.
How fresh?
Fresh as summer.
Ooh.
Fresh, bada bing.
Fresh as a summer's eve?
Oh.
What? Or Ray?
I'd eat that for $1.
Ew.
It's like steak, if you like them rare.
Tastes too much like iron.
Toast to Iron Man's you're never gonna get.
He laughs because it's true.
Yeah. All right, Tony Stark. So why are we talking about the Sasha Banks instead of the title champion?
Because you started talking about
it.
Okay. No, because we everybody always says, no. People have been chanting, we want Sasha. But since they don't have John Cena coming out and saying, chant, we want Sasha, they stopped doing that.
Oh.
So WWE has essentially killed off every last bit of steam that Sasha had and is now regulated to the B shows.
Do you think they're doing that on purpose so they can try to repackage Sasha as a heel instead of having another situation where we're trying to book her this way, but the fans keep changing it for us or screwing up the presentation for us by cheering her?
Maybe?
Would that make sense?
No.
WWE is always so against, like they always want to do whatever their plan is and
see Roman Reigns
and stick to it.
Yeah, and stick to it. Like I feel like back in the Attitude Era, maybe even like before the Attitude Era, one thing about wrestling in general was, we listen to our fans and we
made Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels champion.
Yeah, we go with what the reactions are and change shit on the fly to coincide with what's working.
DX, Steve Austin, The Rock, Mankind.
But right now, it's like the other way around. Like, whoa, we won this war. We've been doing this for so many years, for over 50 years, a worldwide leader. And, like for all that, they've kind of gotten a little full of themselves and be like, no, we know what's best for you. So if you cheer for this, tough shit, you're gonna like what we give you, damn it, But
thank you, Kevin Dunn.
Yeah, well, that wasn't quite Kevin Dunn, but yeah, I don't know.
Are you anticipated at all for this tag match?
Well, we haven't talked about tag match. We just talked about Sasha Banks.
Yeah, we're just talking about Sasha being gone.
We can keep talking about Sasha. Y'all guys don't want to talk about the match.
I can't talk about her because I haven't seen her.
Charlotte and Dana Brooke
against
Becky Lynch and Natty.
Let's pause for a second. Match. Yes, Dana Brooke is in the main event women's division picture on Raw and SmackDown, and Sasha Banks is on the network somewhere floating around. It's on main event and Superstars.
It's a travesty.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
No, the real travesty is that after last night's Raw, they're booking Dana Brooke for us to feel sympathy for her because Charlotte's bullying her and treating her like crap. Do you ever want to feel sympathy for Dana Brooke?
Hell no.
Abel?
Meh. I mean,
remember, the only reason she's up there is because of other injuries. That's the only reason she's in that spot.
Well, even then, you could pick other people to fill the role.
Right.
Exactly. Like Sasha. So, I mean, other injuries isn't a valid enough excuse. But, I get the fact that according to your regular American beauty standards, people would think that she's hot. I get that. You know?
Dana?
Yeah.
Mm,
For the most part. I mean, no.
A little too
Like-
much muscle for Travis.
Okay.
Too gamey.
A little too gamey.
A little too
Okay.
gamey for Travis.
But I understand that like other people would think that she is, you know, like I get it, you know. So I understand that WWE's wanting to just like, oh, just put the hot chick on TV, you know. But dude, she's not
ready.
She's not ready on the mic. She's not ready in the ring. She's not ready with her stupid ass poses. Like, yeah, and it's all just annoying. I could see if they kept her in developmental for 3 years or so, and we never saw her until she was ready. That, well, maybe once she finally debuted, we'd be like, oh, you know, she's all right. You know, give her a fair shot. But from the get-go, they try to shove her down our throats. And now, even if she has improved a little bit, we're like, no, fuck this bitch. You know? So it's kind of, they're forcing it too much, you know? And it kind of sucks because I'm getting a little bit of a vibe the same way that I have with Roman, where I want to like Roman and I kind of want to like Dana, but only a little bit. Not nearly as much as it is with Roman, but only a little bit. I kind of want to reserve my judgment, but man, at the same time, I'm like, no, man, she's not that good. You know?
She stinks.
Yeah.
That's my rebuttal I was going to get.
Yeah.
You went way too long on talking about Dana Brooke.
Make this short and sweet. What's your anticipation level? Who do you have winning?
Anticipation. How many women are there? 4?
Yeah.
4. Who's the okay? We got Charlotte and Dana versus
Becky and Natty.
Okay. I don't know. Fuck it. Becky's the faces are gonna win.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen. Here's why.
We're going off the rails on this one.
Here's why. It's the first time that the fucking title's not on the line, where the heel champ has always been winning through shenanigans.
Right.
This is going to be the first time that she's going to actually lose.
Right.
But hey, guess what? It wasn't for a title, so whatever.
You know, last time this happened, Nikki Bella was the champion during the Divas division.
Yes.
What were we saying last week or 2 weeks ago? The Divas division is still alive and kicking, and they just kind of put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
It's the same booking.
It's the same
Note
thing.
to WWE, unless a title reign is 300 days or more, I don't want to know how long somebody's had a belt.
Yeah.
210, 214 and a half, leap year, I don't give a fuck. Until it's 300, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't like, they're rubbing it in so much that Charlotte's had the belt for this long, she's never gonna drop it.
Did you know she unified the Divas and the women's?
Yes, she did.
Oh, she
too?
did. So where's the other half that she unified? Is she wearing it at home?
No,
DJs?
It's gonna be.
Did Bram steal it out of the
No,
settlement?
it's gonna be revealed on SmackDown.
Layla and Michelle McCool have them. Remember
in pieces,
the two,
like
the
in
two
half?
pieces.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay, here's what's extra annoying about all this. Charlotte has had this for however long period of time, but before that, it was Nikki for however long period of time. We have yet to have a motherfucking full blown out established face to have the Divas or women's title in so goddamn long.
It was Charlotte. She turned.
Good point.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah. But
It was CM Punk. It was CM Punk. He turned. You either die a hero or Joker.
You live it long enough to
Yeah.
become the villain.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I guess, but it just feels like they've been running this thing into the ground of having the heel have the belt and have the faces chasing the
If
heel.
Natty would have been,
At some point, you gotta give the fucking title to the face.
if Natty held the title for as long as Tyson's been out on leave, she'd be a heel by the time he came back.
Maybe, yeah.
4 years later.
I don't know. I think I might like to see a mean Natty.
She's already dressed in S&M style.
Ooh.
No, Natty was looking gorgeous last night, and so was Becky. Until Becky opened her mouth.
Aw, get out of here.
Her
with this
accent,
shit.
dude, is so
Dude,
bad.
it's
Like,
not
I can
that
understand
bad.
if Finn Balor likes to talk about every team that's important to him. But
Uh,
Becky, shut the fuck up, please, Becky, unless you're taking my
so
love.
it's
Please shut
okay
up.
for Finn, but not okay for Becky?
Because I don't find Finn attractive.
Yes, you do, you bitch.
Only with the paint. I don't find Becky attractive when she's talking.
Because when he has the paint, he's not talking,
I have
right?
Charlotte and Dana winning because Dana's actually going to get the pinfall on somebody, and Charlotte's going to rub it in that she finally did something right
I hope you're wrong.
to escalate the whole Charlotte Dana kerfuffle because they're building to that. I don't want to see it, but that's what they're giving me. So I've got the heels winning.
Fair enough.
All right.
How about Rusev versus Titus O'Neil?
Tyler Breeze?
No.
What?
Rusev versus Titus O'Neil.
Tyson Kidd? What?
For the U.S. title.
You know what? I'm going to say Titus is going to win it.
What?
On Father's Day?
Oh,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
He's winning it.
Is
And
that
dropping it on Monday.
Probably. Probably. No, we're not
it's a
talking about
writer?
Don't you spill it. Don't you fucking
You
spill
better
it.
swallow that Coke. Swallow it. There you go.
Like a champ.
Yeah. Oh, God.
48 women taught me right.
That'd be hilarious.
48 blow-up dolls.
Ooh. You know
It's a lot of
what?
work.
My anticipation level was at like a 4, but with the idea of Tyson winning it, or not,
Titus
Titus winning
fuck?
it. Sorry.
Tyler!
Yeah, that guy. The big daddy winning it. Yeah.
You
for
call all
Father's
big
Day.
black guys that, don't you?
Jeez.
That's probably why we don't have Byron Wilcott
What's
on here
wrong with
anymore.
you, man?
You chased Byron Wilcott away. And we don't have Brennan either.
No,
Add it up.
It's the restraining orders. That's
my
what it is.
anticipation level is now up from a 4 to a 6.
It's up.
So, yeah. 12 to midnight. Right.
12 o'clock somewhere.
Yep. Woo!
It's out of 5. And I have Rusev winning this. Congratulations. You came back from suspension and got a title match. You ain't winning.
That's not the reason I picked it. Fool.
But they brought back Rusev for this decent momentum. Are they really going to drop it on some guy that just got a month build after getting suspended for pushing the boss? No. Rusev needs to deserve to lose this title to something meaningful and credible.
Actually, my pick for that reasoning was what you always say, reverse momentum.
The law of reverse
He
momentum.
got his ass whooped on Monday.
That's true.
He didn't even get a chance to wrestle.
Yep.
We didn't even get to the lyrics of his song, and he was already Kuta Kinte in the damn
Yeah,
ring.
we didn't get to see Bob Backlund come out with
Too
him.
soon, man. Oh, Backlund, what the fuck?
Yeah. Isn't Bob Backlund with the primetime players now? Right?
With one of them.
One of them.
Yeah.
Not both of them?
No.
Just
I'm
one
Not
of them.
both of them.
Not both of them?
Dude, I'm already getting tired of that shit.
Speak! Because you have more than one piece of clothing, apparently.
What? Oh, because the thing,
that's
yes.
all.
All right. Again, that's just, the whole thing is stupid. I don't know.
You wear it backwards and then inside out. That's how it works.
Yeah. So, like, they need to change it to where it's off that split screen somewhere back. Do something else different with it. Have Darren come out and, I don't know, wrestle? It's a crazy thought. And have Bob Backlund in his corner. Then I can understand.
Have the clothing advice videotaped at an Old Navy.
A really old Navy.
If they're gonna keep doing that, have Darren's side like all crisp and clean HD, and then have Bob Backlund's like all grainy and like look at VHS recordings and shit.
In the Technicolor.
Yeah, barely in Technicolor, 16-bit.
Oh, shit balls. This show's going to get only worse. We have 2 pre-show matches.
I don't give a fuck.
2. Ooh.
Corbin versus Ziggler.
Again, what the fuck?
Really? I mean, they
What?
haven't
Seriously?
been on Raw.
Here to pre-show the world. Here to pre-show the world. Come on. No? The 3rd match in a row on the pre-show that we're getting Ziggler versus Corbin. Raise your hand if you give a fuck about this.
I've never given a fuck about
What's your
this.
anticipation level?
A -12. I don't know.
2.
0. We have winning.
I don't. Air.
Not us.
The other pre-show match, Apollo Crews against Sheamus.
Oh, that's on the
Sheamus
pre-show?
gets relegated to pre-show.
I didn't realize that was on
The
the pre-show.
announcers even
You know
mentioned
why? Because they actually did something fucking about it on Raw.
They actually built this storyline.
Kinda.
But give him credit, baby steps. So
Yeah,
they're doing something.
it was something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the payoff for Ryder catching Eve Torres and John Cena making out while him in the wheelchair. He actually looked threatening in front of Sheamus.
No, he didn't.
He scared Sheamus.
No, he didn't.
I bought it. Fuck it. I don't care.
He annoyed Sheamus. That's all
He
he
fell
did.
for it though.
He fell for it, but that's it. The high
Fell
school, fucking, not even high school, junior high, like, you see me now, you don't bullshit.
What's your
Where he ran
anticipation
away
level?
like a bitch because it's Zack Ryder. Yeah, I said it, Jake. He's a bitch. Oh, damn. Anyway, my anticipation
You
level.
must have
let's see.
really wanted San Jose to win the cup, huh?
Who? What? No, no way, Jose.
What's your anticipation level for this kerfuffle? Cruz versus Sheamus. Cruz versus Rocksteady.
It's the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, so I'm going to say a 2 out of 10.
All right. See, I gave the other pre-show match a 2, and that did not, involve
answer the
Zack
fucking
Ryder
question.
at all. So this one, I'm gonna give a half, and that's it. Just 0.5.
Who do you have winning?
Probably whoever the
twisted.
ring announcer is, JoJo.
Oh, Giant Hands JoJo?
And there ain't nothing wrong with them giant hands.
Who do you have winning?
She's got man hands. What?
Apollo.
Yeah, I got Apollo winning too.
Okay.
I'm at
well,
0.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Whatever.
Why do we spend so much fucking time talking about this stupid thing?
What is your anticipation level for this entire shebang?
The whole kit and caboodle.
The whole McGillicuddy.
You said McGillicuddy.
5. I mean, there's some things that I really want to see, but then there's some things I just don't give a shit about. I mean, I want to see what happens with Money in the Bank. I want to see what happens between AJ and Cena. And I kind of care about the world title outcome. That's really about it.
So 2.5 fucks out of 7. 1, 2,
What?
3, 4,
That's
5, 6, 7,
Diner
8.
math right there.
Yeah, 2.5 fucks out of 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 5. What?
Okay.
6? I don't know. 7?
Q.
Travis,
what's your anticipation level
very
for
mysterious.
this entire event?
Going along with this conversation, my anticipation is purple.
That should have been last month because that's when Purple
I
Rain
want that
guy
purple
died.
stuff.
The purple. He sings about purple
Prince.
water. Yeah, Prince Purple. That's where he got Prince Pretty from, right? This is a parody. Prince Purple.
Push, keep, fire. Remember that. White kind of knows what he's doing. Fire.
Oh,
Anticipation 7.
oh, that's more than purple.
Is it? Know your numbers, bitch.
That's why you drive and we were just banking. Like a line was right here on the table. We just snorted that. Huh?
Yeah.
My anticipation's also at a 5.
Okay.
Stuff I kind of care about, stuff that can like eat shit.
The
and
stuff I
die.
care about, there's some important aspects to them that I think is going to continue after this. And again, this is the last one that might make a difference because it's the last one before the brand split.
Mm-hmm.
So all that's been thinking about.
Thinking.
Shut up.
We mentioned Darren Young, Sasha on Superstars. Rumor about the monthly pay-per-views. Each brand's going to have a monthly pay-per-view other than the big 4 where they share the pay-per-view.
Yeah, this is just a rumor for right now, right?
Assume it's real.
Right? Assume it's real?
Assume it's
The
real.
stuff that Lawler said before was real.
Okay. So Lawler,
SmackDown Tuesday, SmackDown Live.
old man Lawler,
Yeah.
told this
Conspiracy theorist.
to a fan who said that he told his brother, and then they put it on the internet, so it must be true. Okay.
You saw Ant-Man, huh?
Huh? Who? You mean Spider-Man? That was in the Civil War movie. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln,
How much is too much, Travis?
Bad.
General E. Lee was Iron Man, apparently.
What the fuck are you talking about?
There's Captain America in the North, and Iron Man was in the South.
Shut up.
You and your DC comics. Travis.
Hey, you're trying
That's
to
how you
trick
save
me.
a segment.
That's how you're trying to trick me. That was Spawn. That's totally different than DC. Spawn is his own
You're getting
thing.
your Vertigo comics mixed up too. Hey,
I
would,
hate both of you right now.
would Raw being 2 hours make everything even and make it easier to swallow that we're getting all these
and
pay-per-views?
again with the Raw 2 hours, it's not going to happen. WWE likes money too much. It's all about the money. It's going to be 3. If they could, they'd make it 4. Bitch.
Okay, when are we getting SmackDown 3 hours?
Probably in like 3 months.
I think you've had a little too much to ding.
Here's the thing. Got to keep it similar. You got to keep it the same. Raw, 2 hours. The first one, not NXT, but what they can do is a pre-show for both Raw and SmackDown, or WWE Weekend Review or whatever to get you geared up for Raw and SmackDown. Review. So that could be something they could do. Have an hour, get you caught up or whatever. That or NXT as the show. That's going to go on before Raw. But you got to keep it like they're booking, even Steven. But to answer your question about the pay-per-views, if that happens, I'm okay with it. Mainly because it's a fucking network. It doesn't cost me a goddamn thing. They want to throw on four pay-per-views a month. I'll watch them. Shit, I don't care. It's not going to cost me anything. It's going to cost me $9.99.
Either way, yeah.
Give me a classic pay-per-view that WWE should bring back if there's ever having so many.
Great American Bash.
Oh.
It was a SmackDown brand pay-per-view. They could easily just bring that back alongside SummerSlam. Then there's your Raw and your SmackDown.
No, stupid. You can't call it something clever like that. You gotta name it after one of your matches. So you gotta name it like Elimination Chamber, or you gotta name it like
World War III,
or name it
War Games,
Cage Match.
Cage Match.
Just a pay-per-view called Cage Match.
Yeah.
Every match is a cage match.
Ooh.
We've never seen that before.
We can call that Lockdown.
There you go.
Ha ha! Ow! Damn! Where's my bell?
It's in your pants.
Oh.
Why do you keep slapping?
Here's the problem. After 4 years, they hyphenated the pay-per-view and just called it The Bash. You remember? Kill Battleground, bring back War Games.
Yeah, this is nice done. Yeah, it has to.
Bring back something that's gonna help the second brand. If you're gonna have a Royal Rumble, if you're gonna have Money in the Bank, and Money in the Bank is not one of your big four.
Right.
Hector says Armageddon.
There you go.
Too. If one brand is gonna have Money in the Bank, give another brand either War Games or King of the Ring.
No, not King of the Ring.
Why not?
They've already tried bringing it back on the network. They've already tried doing it on Raw and SmackDown. It doesn't work. Because Vince doesn't like doing tournaments like that.
We could have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal pay-per-view.
For a title shot?
No, for a stupid trophy that nobody gives a shit about.
I'm cashing in this huge-ass trophy. Give me a shot at the woman.
Dragging it out on the ground.
Give me a shot at the woman's title. Now. Give me 30 minutes, I'll get Charlotte pregnant. Here, take it. Is that a hashtag answer HWR for the week?
Oh, shit, what?
You bring back a pay-per-view. You pick it.
Okay, well, we already have one from Hector. He says Armageddon. Okay.
Yeah.
So
he knows how to play the game.
He knows how to play the game.
Real quick, while we're talking about the brand split, I can't remember if we mentioned it or asked this question last time, but would you want to see, or do you think we're going to get separate stages for Raw and SmackDown? Or do you think it's going to be the same?
We talked about that before.
The same tired old
For the
LED.
love of God, I hope so. Yeah. But they don't have different stages for pay-per-views as opposed to Raw. And as opposed to SmackDown.
The ramp sometimes. That's it.
It's all the fucking same thing. Yeah. It's just
SummerSlam has metal stars above it.
Yeah, it's all the same shit. Ooh, bragging rights. Okay. That's another one.
No, but that's
I didn't care about bragging rights.
No, the big four are the only four that you're going to share.
Right.
So I can see why King of the Ring wouldn't work. King of the Ring should be a pay-per-view where both brands, that should be your bragging rights. Both brands, each wrestler has each match consists of one wrestler each brand. Even then, that's too much.
And the gimmick itself is so passe. Get it.
Fuck it. Give them Elimination Chamber for the other brand for the title. Have 5 of their guys.
Dal Rule says Judgment Day.
I was like Backlash.
Yeah.
This is the name.
Yeah.
But it has to come after SmackDown. It has to come after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
One brand can keep Extreme Rules.
Bring back the Fist.
No. Yes,
the Fist.
No, get rid of Extreme Rules altogether.
Really?
I hate that fucking name.
Payback after WrestleMania for one brand. Backlash as another pay-per-view after WrestleMania for the other brand.
There you go. I like it.
And you have your theme of I'm gonna get vengeance.
Oh, vengeance!
Vengeance.
You sweating motherfucker. All right. Is that it for WWE this week?
Yes, for the most part, yes.
Okay. Are we going to take a break? Come back? Or?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Lucha Underground, NXT, all the other good stuff that happened in wrestling throughout this week. So
we have a lot of shit that we have to cover.
Indeed. So ready, break. YouTube people, you don't go nowhere. This is break for podcast. You know the drill. Just stay there. Watch these two idiots. They'll do something entertaining, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Now you put pressure on us.
Oh, well.
What's the first game?
Bladder.
What's the first game you liked from E3 so far?
God of War.
Explain.
I've always liked the franchise. I'm
surprised you didn't say Mass Effect.
Well, that wasn't E3. That was before E3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mass Effect guy back here bending over.
Sorry.
Well, he got me into Mass Effect.
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Sucker.
And I think I'm becoming more of a Mass Effect fan than he is.
That's true.
That's the game where the memory it saved it, like what you did on the first game carried over to the other games, right? For Mass Effect?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, but God of War, he's I just like the style of it. I like the fact that they're changing up to a different set of mythology now instead of the
Norse gods.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So no, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, Andromeda for Mass Effect. Oh god. Oh.
Is that a sequel to number 3? Or is it something different?
For
Mass Effect.
It's a whole new thing.
Oh, it's brand new.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hector, Injustice 2. Yes, I'm looking forward to that one too. But Injustice and Mass Effect, that was news before.
We talked about the leaks last week of Injustice.
Yeah.
I tried showing him the video. IGN uploaded some of the finishers already for some of the fighters in Injustice 2. He's like, I don't want to see it. Ah!
No, I want to be. I don't want to see all the finishers ahead of time.
He just heard all the grunting.
Yeah,
there was a lot of grunting and.
I think another good title that I'm gonna be curious to play is the Spider-Man. I've enjoyed the past ones from Activision, so if they can increase the gameplay, shit, it looks good. It looks pretty. So,
wasn't somebody supposed to make something of Ultimate Spider-Man Miles Morales? Was it an animated movie or a video game? I thought it was a.
Wait, which one?
Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man. Was there supposed to be a game?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
That suit, that white on the spider suit, just
threw me off. It threw me off, and I don't get it. But maybe there's a storyline purpose of it, or just what they decided to do. I don't know. But what about you? You asked me.
So I was watching this Ubisoft trailer, and I had no idea what it was, but there was a lot of interesting gameplay that I liked that caught my attention. A lot was going on, and then the end of the video showed Watch Dogs 2. It's like, fuck, that's badass. I remember enough of the clips I saw from the first Watch Dogs, and I didn't think it was the same game. So when I saw it, I was like, "Wow, I'm actually curious." I never
played the first one. I remember wanting to play it. I just never got around to playing it. But
friend of the show, Brennan, always speaks highly of the first Watch Dogs. He played that like to death.
Well, he plays everything.
Oh yeah.
Hector, Tekken 7. I didn't see anything from Tekken 7. Did you see Tekken 7? No. Is it good? Was it? I don't know.
Akuma was released as a character for Street Fighter. I remember that part.
Was he? You know, I'm not a big Tekken guy. I'm either Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. More Mortal Kombat than Street Fighter, honestly. But
Tekken never grabbed my attention.
I tried playing it a couple times, but that's about it.
Mortal Kombat lost me after the fourth one. 1 through 3 was the same.
They suffered
and then after four, it plateaued, and then it became to a point where that was during the time where they stopped making new arcade console games. It was just straight to consoles. Right. So I didn't get my chance to play on 5, 6, 7, and then like the spin-off games.
A good one was Armageddon. That was a good one because it had everybody in there.
Yeah.
But then after that, I didn't really get into it till 9, I think.
9, the resurgence of the Mortal Kombat franchise. Yeah.
Well, excuse me. Before that, I believe was Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Did they count that on the storyline as Mortal Kombat number? No.
No. It was just a standalone thing. But that got NetherRealm into doing DC characters, and from that they got Injustice, and for that I'll be eternally grateful for Mortal Kombat versus DC. So,
man, Zelda looks pretty. Zelda looks really.
You know what? I didn't click on it to see it because I'd probably fall in love with it, and I don't have a Nintendo, so
I can sell you mine at a cheap price.
No, that's okay.
We'll do a game night and I'll bring it over.
All right, fair enough.
It's pretty until they showed like 15 minutes of it. I was like, all right, man, I want to keep some of the imagination to myself.
Apparently, they show like 45 minutes of Pokemon.
So the treehouse viewing, they wanted to do a different presentation. Reggie Fils-Aimé shows up, starts talking. Okay. They show the nice little 3-minute trailer teaser of Zelda. Like, all right, awesome. Then they show 45 minutes of a bunch of Asians playing Pokemon Sun and Moon. And people are complaining, man, 3 minutes of Zelda, 45 minutes of Pokemon. Fuck. So then they proceeded to show, last I checked, 4 hours and 45 minutes of Zelda in almost every level imaginable in that damn game. It's like, oh, thanks for ruining the surprise for me. You know, we saw all these Sony, Bethesda, Microsoft, Ubisoft, all these other presentations were like an hour to cram as much shit as they had to offer or to at least entice you on why their brand's relevant. Mm-hmm. Nintendo, I guess they're even showing another video stream tomorrow of more stuff. It's like, damn, I missed last year's was so well thought out. They had it kind of was like Robot Chicken where they had like the crowd and they had like clay figures and they made jokes with
Nintendo.
Yeah, and the presentation they made jokes with the guy that before the guy before he passed away and Miyamoto and Fils-Aimé. It was really fun, and then they like squeezed in a couple of interviews of the creators creating a game before they showed a trailer, and then they showed a trailer, and there was a sense of urgency.
Yeah,
it just felt like there's so much that they could have offered, and even if they're setting it for tomorrow, that's too fucking long, dude.
Yeah. Everybody
else is already dropping stuff on Twitter and on Facebook and leaking games, and publishers are leaking stuff after the fact. Nintendo's just like, we'll just show you. You've been crying for Zelda for fucking 15 years. All right, shut the fuck up. Here's this 8 hours. You know, I wanted to see more.
I saw a lot
of everything else.
Like, I saw a lot of that where it was all like gameplay footage for like 10, 15, 30, 45 minutes. I just wanted to see a trailer. Like for God of War, I just wanted to see a story trailer for it, just see what's going on. But I just got 10 minutes of him running around the woods. I mean, it showed you kind of what the gameplay is going to be like. It was great. But I just want to see like cinematics. I want to see what they've done.
Unless the game's coming out in the next month, there's no reason to show an hour's worth of gameplay. Just tease us, just for us to wait 2 years for the new console for the game to come out.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
As far as trailers go, one that got me the most, and I'm not even the biggest fan of it because I didn't play a lot of these games. Dead Rising 4, dude. The Frank West trailer where he's doing selfies with the dead bodies and he's lighting up the Christmas tree of zombies with the flame and everything.
Yeah.
That was a nice 1.5 minutes of, okay, this is how we get from point A to point B. Do you want to play? Give me your money.
Yeah.
And that trailer, those 2 minutes persuaded me that I want to give Capcom $60 on my Xbox One to play this game. And that's what he's just supposed to be doing.
Right.
You know, and I was just hoping because I'm Nintendo.
Dead Rising 3 sucked.
Really?
Yeah.
I played a little bit. Yeah.
1 and 2 were way better.
I thought 1 was fucking hard though.
It was, but it was
from the beginning. Ugh.
Hector says he just bought Mortal Kombat XL. That's the one with all the
That's all the DLC. That's a good purchase right
Dude,
there.
the last one I missed was I wanted to get it, but I didn't want to pay $20 for
the
it.
Alien one.
Yeah, because I wanted to play it just for that, and it had all this. They brought all the cyborgs back. I was like, cool, this is good. It's like $20. Ugh. No, I've already spent enough on DLCs and everything. Fuck this. I'm
and you have store credits saved up on your PlayStation account. I bet you just didn't want to spend it on that.
I spent it on I spent
Porn.
that's what he did.
Because it's free.
I spent my store credit on Devastation.
Yeah.
Hector, Tekken 7.
Welcome to the conversation.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, you already talked about Tekken 7?
Jesus Christ.
We didn't talk about Tekken 7 because it's neither of our styles. You like Tekken 7, you go for it.
Well, I've always liked Tekken, the series. Tekken 7, I'll give it a shot.
Did you watch anything on it?
I saw like a trailer on Facebook without the sound or whatever, and I was like, "Ooh, this looks pretty." But like,
did you ever get your hands on Street Fighter Cross Tekken?
No, I never did. I wanted to.
Neither did I. Weren't they supposed to release the backwards version this year, Tekken Cross Street Fighter?
It got indefinitely suspended.
Yeah. Capcom was like, "We got ours."
You better
Fuck
you.
Damn. Yeah, the whole now that Capcom's with Disney, like they don't want to do fighting shit no more. Like I was hoping for at least the ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 4 with some new characters, because between the release of Marvel Capcom 3 and now, there's been a whole bunch of shit released by Marvel.
Here's the thing though about that.
Jessica Jones, Ant-Man.
All right, here's the thing about that though.
Spider-Man.
A lot has changed since Marvel Capcom 3. You got Disney involved now. You have all these other things companies wise. I don't think we're going to see another Marvel Capcom just because of that.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Hector, no, I did not see Conjuring 2 yet. I'm going to. I just haven't seen it yet. I love first Conjuring. Oh, so good. But,
I would give my left nut for a sequel of Tatsunoko versus Capcom. It's a fighting game that was exclusive for the Wii. The colors were bright and pretty. You got rare characters from Capcom that you wouldn't normally get. Frank West's finisher, he got into a Mega Man suit and did a Mega Buster. Zero was an unlockable character. Mega Man Volnot was in there from Legends. I delved into a lot of the Tatsunoko anime after this game. Samurai Pizza Cats. I had remembered some of it when I was young, but it was vague in my memory. The fighting technique on that game was really good. Like the buttons carried over to Marvel Capcom 3 because it was just 3 buttons for the attacks.
Okay.
Normal, medium, high, and then the special button. And they carried that to Marvel Capcom 3, and it was really good. I like to play a lot. And I was hoping to get something like that, but yeah, the whole thing with Capcom now, it's done. It sucks because DC and NetherRealm's doing so good now with Mortal Kombat and bringing Injustice to the fold that you would think Capcom would do something like that. At least like level
or Disney would.
Or Disney, yeah. Fuck it. If you're not gonna give us Marvel versus Capcom, get off your nuts with this with the Kingdom Hearts. You've been teasing us with Kingdom Hearts for how long now? The third one? And instead we get remixes and like side missions on a game and all.
Are you gonna do anything with? Are you anticipated at all about the VR stuff? Because now that's what everybody's doing. Everybody's doing VR stuff now. I'm not. It's too gimmicky for me, dude. I don't know.
I barely make the effort to put 3D glasses over these glasses when I watch 3D movies. If I ever watch 3D movies, there's no way in hell that I'm gonna staple this pad on my face so that I can pretend to be Batman or some goof on the Enterprise for Star Trek.
I'm still trying to get my Virtual Boy working.
If I could find a Virtual Boy for my collection, fuck, that would be awesome.
No, it
wouldn't. I just want you to look at yourself.
Yeah, no. Virtual reality is not happening. Nintendo tried that. And if Nintendo couldn't make it happen, Nintendo, Xbox, Microsoft, and Sony are going to make it happen. Just like Sony couldn't make motion controls happen after Nintendo did. Nah.
Oh, the big dildos at the end of their little one thing? Yeah. They lit up.
If you're blue, you're in the mood. If you're red, you got to wait a couple days. If you're green, that means you're ready to go.
What if it's brown?
Take it down. Yeah. No. I'm there. No. As a matter of fact, instead of VR, one of my other things on my bucket list on my trip to New York, I'm actually going back to the Nintendo store and I'm buying a 2DS. It's $80 right now. It already has Mario Kart 7. I had a 3DS before and I've killed Mario Kart 7.
You know, you could just get that shit on like Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So you have to create an account and everything.
Yeah, and sign up for Prime for the free shipping. But dude, 3DS.
You know, you could just go to like fucking GameStop for that shit, right?
Yeah, but you still work there, and I have bad memories of you working there. No, not really.
You know, you could go to Game Over Video Games for that shit, right?
No, because when I go to Game Over, I want to buy old games for my Nintendo or Super Nintendo. I don't want to buy new games there.
You know, you could go to like Game Bros for that shit, right?
Are these sponsors?
No, none of these motherfuckers are sponsors.
Then shut the fuck up.
All right.
I got the dinghy back.
That's B-roll. You better put that shit in the...
It's a recorder.
Okay.
Yeah, it's here. That's exclusive for the YouTubers.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
The preceding segment has been brought to you by Pop Culture Rewind.
Anything new on Pop Culture Rewind?
Not this week.
Oh, well then.
I've been sitting my ass. I got like a couple episodes ready to go.
Oh, for the people out there that actually listen to Pop Culture Rewind, go fuck yourself this week. Yeah.
Go back and listen to older episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And tell your friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to popculturerewind.com.
Yeah.
What's next on the pike for pop culture?
I believe we are doing a review.
Nothing with you.
Oh.
I'll come back when I'm ready. When they have something that I can jump in and talk about.
Yeah.
Now I know how you felt before you left horror.
X-Men Apocalypse review.
You gonna have to choke a bitch.
Oh, come on.
Too soon.
Let's do it.
Man. People were so PC about that. It was retarded. Like,
Yeah.
if anything, I saw her as the same level as Apocalypse that he had to, like, choke her out. Like, you see differences instead of thinking about the equality. Come on, man. Fuck. Stupid. That's my 2 cents. That's why I'm not on pop culture, because I couldn't add.
I saw a meme of it was side by side. They showed Apocalypse like strangling or having his hands around Mystique's throat, and then next to that was the chick from Deadpool having that pipe around Colossus's neck.
Yeah.
It's like, where's your standards now?
Yeah. I saw another one where it had the original poster there with him choking Mystique and a bunch of ladies just like outraged or whatever. And then the next panel had photoshopped of, instead of Apocalypse choking Mystique, it had Christian Grey head on Apocalypse, and like chicks going, oh, like, like they're all turned on.
I didn't get that.
You didn't?
Christian Grey.
Yeah. You didn't get that either.
I don't care.
God damn it.
And on that note,
all right, guys, and we are back. Thank you for sticking through the commercial break. We very much appreciate it. We have more stuff to talk about, huh?
good Lord, where do we begin?
I
We
don't
got
know.
WWE out of the way, so we can talk about the good stuff.
Uh-huh.
Takeover, the end
Mm-hmm.
Of the beginning.
beginning.
The what?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It was a play on words, man. They're not gonna quit.
Did y'all saw the intro? Did y'all get it? What they were doing with that?
No, what?
With the
Yeah, it's not an indie fed no more.
Yeah, well, that was what Triple H was saying after the show. This is the end of it being developmental and
Oh, okay.
that. But
I'm caught up now.
well, the intro, like I got it as they showed all these old footages of like Paige winning the title and
And then her being buried on Raw.
yeah, that's it. Who was the first champion?
Sami Zayn.
Seth Rollins. He won the title. Paige won the
And
title.
then he got hurt.
Yeah, and then all these other people that went on to Raw
Gets
and
buried
SmackDown.
on Raw.
They didn't
Yeah.
really show Bo Dallas at all in there.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
But anyway, I guess that's what they were doing with the end of the beginning stuff. So now this is like phase 2, Marvel phase 2.
Phase 2, we're kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So but Triple H, she resolved that whole situation of, is it developmental? Is it another brand? It's another brand. It is its own entity now. So no more excuses of, oh, it's just developmental. It's okay for them to make mistakes.
Yeah. So now they can have real fucking feuds, right?
Yeah, because I'd rather have Dana fuck up on Raw than her fuck up NXT.
No, I think you have that backwards.
No, we don't want
No.
fuck ups on NXT.
Right.
You're going to take the fuck ups to Raw.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why, yeah.
Yeah.
Main event.
That's why they got Corbin and Dana off of NXT.
Pick something from the pay-per-view that you liked, especially event, network exclusive, whatever.
God. It was
What
so
was the
long
card?
time ago.
I need
Yeah.
tell us.
Fine, 10 against 100.
Huh?
The debut of Cien Almas against the Perfect 10.
Oh, yes. I see. The match was good. It was a nice debut. I wasn't expecting him to come out with suspenders and without a mask and all that. Like, I almost didn't realize that this was the guy that they were talking about, or that was in the vignettes, and this was the Mexican guy. I thought this was another No Way Jose, and all of a sudden he just,
This is
Give it 6 months.
Yeah.
That's going to be the next NXT Tag Team
There you
champs
go.
right there.
this is like this is No Jose like version 2. This is-
yeah.
there was no reason whatsoever for the vignettes of him taking the mask off and showing the past footage. There's no need for that. From what we saw, on the thing, there's no connection for me.
Right.
It was like you said, it was a fine match. I did like a couple of spots that were in the match with the moonsault. He missed them, and then he did it right after that. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh,
I have a thing about that spot.
okay.
And not just when he did it on this episode. Every time that I've ever seen anybody do that spot, I've always
never seen somebody do that.
I've seen that spot before. I can't tell you exactly where, but I've seen that.
There's somebody we'll get to the Cruiserweight Classic later, but one of the collage videos for one of the wrestlers, he actually does that same move.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I know I've seen
I've
it
never
somewhere.
I've never
I've
seen it.
seen it somewhere, but I know I've seen it before.
Ring of Honor, probably.
Probably Ring of Honor, yeah.
You don't know what you're
But-
talking about.
This is Michael Elgin that did it.
No, it's not. What I don't like about that spot, and again, this isn't a knock on Cien, is that this is one of those moves that you have to suspend too much disbelief. Because, okay, you're doing a backflip. You're saying that while you're in the process of doing a backflip, you notice the guy rolls out of the way, so you decide in midair that you're going to land on your feet and then do another backflip, jumping backflip to hit the guy. Like, come on. That's giving away the business a little bit too much there, I say, with that particular spot.
Fucking hypocrite. Exposing the
Hey,
business.
Vader, can I have your autograph? Thank you.
I know. But
Sign it with your Tifus.
that move has always annoyed me a little bit with that.
My favorite move that y'all guys cannot debate
Okay.
is the second time CN tried to do the headstand and Dillinger kicked his face off. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
This was another match where Dillinger did not look like he was squashed. He held his own. He made it just as entertaining. He didn't drag the match down. Another reason why he should be a enhancement talent on the main roster somewhere.
Okay.
His gimmick is over enough that, at least for me, I don't know how long it's going to take, but right now it's not stale on me. You can do the perfect 10 stuff for another 6 to 9 months on Raw and SmackDown, and I'd buy into what he's watching, even if I know he's losing every time.
I have an issue with the gimmick.
Go for it.
When he came out, I'm not even going to discuss the big fucking.
Oh, that was atrocious.
When he came out, if this is your first time watching it, he's getting a huge face pop.
Yeah. Yep.
But he's a heel.
Yep.
That's an issue.
Okay.
That goes on the crowd.
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to tell because the last couple of weeks, booking-wise on NXT television, he's been winning over some people that have been getting booed. On their own. Like Buddy Murphy. He's a bad guy. And Ty Dillinger was a good guy, and he won it, and he won that match.
Okay.
So there's been a couple of matches. This hasn't been like going on for months, but the last couple of weeks, he's been getting some momentum that way. And it's NXT where debuts can be face versus face out of respect just to see if they have the mustard to compete in NXT. So I would give that a pass. But that's just me.
Okay.
I just think they're too wishy-washy with his character, and then it needs to be more defined of what he is.
Okay.
But other than that, the match is okay. Nothing.
It was a solid opener. I mean, there wasn't any mistakes. There wasn't anything for me to question what they did. It looked awesome. They told a pretty decent story. Once I got over the feather in the hat and him coming out in white, we've seen this a couple of times in ROW lately where Mysterious Q would come out with a mask and then he would take it off in front of the crowd or he would take it off in the ring. Like, I thought that was part of his gimmick, that Cien would come out to the ring with the mask and then he would take it off and show you who he really is. And
you're thinking too much about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he showed up with those suspenders and the hat, and I was like, I don't see the resemblance from the promo videos that we've been watching the last couple of weeks. That threw me off, and it took me a bit for me to get past it.
Yeah. But other than that, dude, his in-ring work was great.
Sure.
Yeah.
How about the Alphas against the Revival round 2?
Oh, boy. I really enjoyed the match. I was so surprised that the Revival took the titles. I was surprised. Pleasantly surprised. I think
I'd agree. Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised.
That could have gone either way.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way, and it was a very solid match. And I think we had high hopes for this match anyway, so we're in anticipation. So yeah, all 4 guys they knocked it out of the park on that one. I don't know what I mean. Obviously, there's a little thing that happened after the match.
Before we get to that,
yeah,
do you think that Revival won it at the expense of the Alphas because there's possibility that Alphas get called up at this brand split, or are we having a significant feud with the titles actually going back and forth now that the people that lost the belt actually
because what happened after the match?
Yeah.
What happened after the match?
They're known on the NXT house shows as the Authors of Pain. The 2 big guys came and beat the hell out of the Alphas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, them. That's
Those
right.
guys, Authors of
Yeah,
Pain.
yeah. The Paul Ellering's new tag team, which everybody was yelling at Paul Ellering, "Who are you?"
Oh,
No,
fuck
I
that
think they were saying that to the people. In
You
the
think
ring.
so?
No, those
I
people
hope
were in
so.
the ring for minutes. Once Paul Ellering walked out, that's when the chant started.
No,
So if
usually takes a
they
minute.
were chanting that for Ellering, fuck that crowd.
Well, I mean, I said it to you guys. That's
To their defense, he was aged quite a bit.
No,
you
actually,
may
I
not
think
have
he's
He didn't
recognized
have the
him.
hair. He didn't have the hair.
No, he's never had. No, I think he's aged very well.
He has.
He looked in great shape. What was missing from that was his shades and newspaper.
There you go.
Or a microphone and have him actually cut a promo.
No,
Or
fuck that. No,
red.
He doesn't. What? No. What the fuck is wrong with both of you? No, he doesn't need to say anything. He didn't need to do anything else. All he needed was sunglasses and newspaper. Everybody would have got it immediately.
Okay. Since you mentioned that, better or worse that WWE is trademarking the Legion of Doom title, possibly giving it to these kids?
I didn't hear about this.
What?
It's Lords of Pain.
Like they're trademarking Legion of Doom
They've
title.
already-
They're trademarking the Legion of Doom name, and they're thinking about
They already
giving
have
it to
It's their gimmick. I mean, they own the trademark.
Yeah, are they trademarking?
These guys, for Authors of Pain. Would you be comfortable if they rename these guys or just bring back the Legion of Doom name for these two guys because Ellering?
No.
The new Legion of
No.
Doom. Didn't they try that?
2000.
But
But
Yeah.
that had one of the guys in it. That had Animal
Yeah,
at least.
yeah.
No.
This
Don't
would be
call
Legion of Doom 2015.
16.
Well, but 16.
2K17.
2K.
0.5.
Fucking.
What do you think? First impression of these new guys?
that. I mean, it's
They're big dudes.
Thank you for the announcement.
it could be they could be going for a throwback gimmick from the 80s. Two big dudes just run roughshod on everybody. With the fact that Paul Ellering's in their corner, that is even with the manager, yeah, it's even more evident that that's what they're going for. So wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
Match of the week candidate from either one of you guys?
Candidate.
Yeah.
How about Aries versus Swagzuke Nakamura? First impression, Travis, at the end of that match.
Honestly, it took me a while to get into the match. I didn't. Maybe there's a chemistry thing or something, but I don't think they're firing on all cylinders at the first part of that match. I think it didn't heat up until the end of that when they started going home. That's the end of the match was really good, but getting there was just kind of yeah.
That's my match of the week pick.
Defend yourself.
I could see what you're saying, Trav, that it took them a while to get to where they were going to, but I think for the first match in what could possibly be a feud, I think that was fine. Them kind of slowly getting into it, feeling each other out, and then by the end of the match, I felt like they were banging on all cylinders.
Because NXT likes to do feuds.
I know how much we criticize NXT for their lack of feuds, but if this is something, the
I'm not
end of the
basing it on
beginning.
ifs. I'm just saying what I saw.
From what I saw the beginning of a feud. From what I saw what is traditionally feeling out, then go through, and hey, this is what we can do. And the next time that we see another match out of these guys, holy fuck, it's going to be awesome. And that's what I saw out of this match.
It's a candidate.
Okay.
It's a candidate for me. It's not my pick, but I think for me, hate me for this. This might be just as good, if not better, than the Zayn Nakamura match in this sense. Zayn Nakamura was an exhibition match.
Mm-hmm.
This match, Austin Aries felt like from the beginning he can take on Nakamura. He was going hold for hold with Nakamura. He was landing move for move with Nakamura in the beginning. Even though it might have taken some time to build and you might have got that feeling out process, this felt more like a competitive wrestling match than just an exhibition of a guy showing up and because another guy's leaving.
Yeah.
This was a lot better story told in that match, especially when Aries could have won by count out and he wound up taking the dive because he didn't want to win that way and he killed himself on the rail and Nakamura finished him off. This was a really good match for me.
And I think that spot right there where he jumped out and he almost, he lost the match for himself,
Right.
is all the more reason why we're going to see a rematch.
Yeah.
All the more reason why Aries could say, look, you didn't beat me, I beat me, and then present the case to Regal, and then Regal's like, you know what? Sure, have another match.
You were worried that an Austin Aries loss would bring him back down to obscurity.
I was worried.
Do you still feel that way after this finish?
I think what I was exactly saying last week was that it has the potential of Shinsuke just squashing him, and if he does, that's going to suck. But that's not what happened. Shinsuke did not squash him. They went hold for hold. It was competitive, and another match could still come out of this.
So yeah, it's not so much that Nakamura is better than Aries. It's just Aries is incompetent and lost the match on his own.
I don't know if I'd say that, but
I don't know. I just hope that y'all aren't just saying that with just Nakamura blinders on and just actually looking at the match for what it is. But
my blinders were actually more on Aries to see how he would go against Nakamura as opposed to Zayn did.
I like the Zayn match better than this match.
Is your match of the week pick on this card for Takeover? No. Okay. Then what do you think of Asuka versus Nia Jax?
It was good. It was a good outing for Nia Jax.
Yeah.
I think there might have been something wrong with the way it was supposed to end because
really,
I get what they're going for, but it just felt rushed. Like when she started getting kicks to the head, and then she got up and yelled at her, and then she got kicked and then went down 1, 2, 3. It's like I think that there should have been. It just seemed like they were going to build up from that, her like getting up again, just to get knocked down again. But it was just like, Yeah. Other than that, it was. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a good match.
Did you have the same criticism that Abel had for Nia Jax, that if she lost, she'd be obscure last week? Or do you even feel that way now?
I'm not going to say she's obscure and it's a waste or anything right now. I'm just going to see what they do with her, But I think this
still have interest in watching Nia Jax wrestle
more.
After that
Okay, how can I put this? More than what I did after she lost to Bayley.
Does
that make sense? Okay.
Yeah, I still think that she has been built way better now than what she did with the whole Bayley thing. In fact, I kind of want to forget everything right before and right after London when it comes to Nia Jax. So I've kind of given her that second chance here with this whole feud, even though she lost. I still, if I forget everything about London, I'm like, yeah, I'm so down with her.
This is my match of the week pick.
Really?
For everything that was on this card, it met my expectations. This actually exceeded my expectations. The story was told better in this match than it was any time with Bayley and London. I completely forgot it. We gave her the benefit of the doubt, so did I. And there was a really good story told in this match. And there was several times in that match where Asuka was about to get the upper hand, and Nia Jax just flattened her out.
Yeah.
So at the end of the match, when Asuka was starting to get the steam going, you can see Nia Jax screaming like her fighting spirit was like, "This is not how I'm gonna lose. You're gonna have to kill me." Fucking Asuka killed her, took her damn head off, and beat her 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax came out looking better in that match because she was more agile. She was more. There was a more calmer ebb and flow with her match with Asuka as opposed to Bayley. Potential in this match, the way Nia Jax wrestled Bayley on NXT when she broke her. That was a lot more fluid. That was better processed. That was better booked. That was better handled, better presented overall. And I think that carried over for Nia Jax wrestling Asuka on TakeOver, and it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm making it my pick for match of the week.
Okay. One thing that I liked about the match is that for the first time, at least I think for the first time, we saw Asuka be vulnerable. It looked like she wasn't the dominant force that she has been for a split second here and there, throughout the match. It looked like, oh crap, she's actually going to die, but she didn't. She wound up fighting spirit and, winning the match. But it was the first time seeing Asuka in that position, and it was kind of cool, and I think that also helped Nia Jax because, hey, she's come close.
It's good to see that Asuka can play that comeback role.
Yeah.
And she can make you feel like that too.
Yeah.
So.
And she could sell.
Yeah.
Finn versus Joe, my man. Go for it.
It was good. Of course, it's not my match of the night or the week.
It's a candidate for me.
But it is a candidate. It's good. Finn, his entrance, man, it's always so awesome. And then, him climbing up the cage to get into the ring and then doing his stuff, that was cool. The fact that Corey was putting over the fact that he hasn't been in a cage match before. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He doesn't know what he's getting into. And he was too stupid to know better and go in and climb in the cage and like try and own it. And then here comes Samoa Joe's music. And he just walks out, gets in the cage, closes the door. All right, motherfucker.
Slams the door.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, yeah, you're about to die. You know? So right from the get-go, like I kind of saw the differences of the psyche of both of the wrestlers going into the match. And
it paid off, the ending.
Yeah.
Like it made perfect sense for Finn to lose his first cage match.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that there was no obligatory, hey, let me kill myself off the top of the cage spot.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going for that at the end? Because he was looking at the top.
Yes.
He started going up there, and Joe caught him.
Yes.
I think they were going for the big spot.
Well, that was the thing. That's what we always complain about, that there's always that spot in there. Well, why do we complain about it? Because, one, is obligatory, and two, it kills the psychology.
Right.
If you could just beat somebody in the ring, why the fuck would you go up there to just do a move? Or if you're going to go up there, maybe climb out. But with this match, you saw the hamster turning in Finn's mind, like saying, oh, I'm in a cage match. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to climb up there and jump. So, fuck, I guess I'll do that. You know, and in his ignorance for trying to pull that off, it cost him the match, because Samoa Joe, Mr. No Fucks Samoa Joe, said, no, I'm going to catch you. You're doing a rookie mistake. Don't try to do this. So
Muscle Buster from the
Muscle
second
Buster,
rope.
yeah. And like the psychology of that made it okay for me to think.
There was
no.
Oh no.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
I was thinking of something else in that.
Well,
match.
go ahead.
No, there was that one spot earlier in the match. Joe was in between the rope and the cage, and Finn went in and kicked him in the head, and he knocked him out. And he went down, and he hit the rope, and then knocked Finn down.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
but the match was okay. My biggest complaint was something that I knew they weren't going to be able to do anything about. Is that I don't like cage matches in the PG era. I mean, they did a good job with it, and I'm glad that they did some of the things they did with it. And I'm glad the outcome was what it was, and Samoa Joe retained, because I think that's where they need to go.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the best match of the night. I really enjoyed that tag team match, though.
All right. You're allowed to like something, Travis.
Shut up. No, I'm just thinking I think with that tag match, I think with the crowd, that was one thing we didn't talk about was
Boom-aye, Shinsuke, boom-aye. No.
Sometimes the fans in that Full Sail they're too much.
Yeah.
And I think they almost like blew themselves out with
Before Finn Joe.
Yeah, especially that tag match. Dude, I don't know what it is about American Alpha, but that crowd goes apeshit crazy for them every single fucking time they're out there. But I think it enhances their matches too.
So did Dallas, though. I think it's unanimous in the NXT neighborhood. That team's over.
Yeah.
I think as much as charismatic as Gable is, I, for one, like them so much because Jordan not only compliments him, but they bounce off each other too. I think they're both equal now. Like when they first teamed up together, everybody was all bananas over Gable because they chanted for Gable all the time. And then Jordan got the hat tags like, wee, and then they stopped. Now they chant for Jordan like they sing Jordan like they sing Gable comparing it to the Kurt Angle team. They get equal respect in that team, and they both get cheered equally. And the fact that you can see that from the beginning of them just putting two guys together because you think they have something, and they have a lot. And to see that payoff, it just I don't blame the fans for being over with them as much as they are. But Full Sail does get annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be the repeat crowds that go every time in Orlando, because it's not like we've only been complaining about Full Sail. Before Full Sail, we were complaining about the Impact Zone, the same crowds in the Impact Zone. You know, I don't know what it is about the peoples in Orlando. Sometimes they just get a little too crazy.
I think you have to. I think it's hard to make the comparison, but there was a time when we liked this brand enough that we mentioned that TNA needs to get out of that Impact Zone and go on roads.
Mm-hmm.
If Orlando's already doing the road trip, we'll get to that in a little bit. They've gone out the road before, but I think even if you want to stick to Orlando, you should go to a bigger place. Where they had the tapings at CFE Arena the weekend of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It was a nice big vibe. You still had the NXT marks there, but there was enough of a casual audience that was there to catch an NXT show that you didn't get that overabundance of smarkiness. as opposed to you cram all the smarts in this little tin can and watch them like go take it over.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's time for them to ditch the Full Sail
Since it's not developmental anymore.
Yeah, ditch the Full Sail arena. At least in Orlando, go somewhere a little bit bigger. You don't have to go Amway Center like basketball arenas, but go someplace like CFE where they had the tapings last time. Ironically, because they had overbooked Full Sail, they double booked it, so they couldn't have the tapings in the same place they always do. That's why they ended up at CFE, and it wound up being good for them because it looked like it was a bigger place. The reactions were bigger. It wasn't completely washed over with the Smarky crowd, and it came across overall better. Those tapings did. That's my opinion.
And again, going to your point of larger arenas, how fast does NXT sell out? If you get bigger arenas, you're not going to have that problem. You're still going to sell out, but it's not going to be, oh, they went on sale 10 minutes ago. Oh, fuck, I'm already screwed. First StubHub at.
Yeah. Now, Hector mentioned something in the live chat here. He said, "Did you guys see the spoiler of a possible match between Balor and?"
Ooh, so
you tell me what was the bigger spoiler, that or the NXT Twitter account? Because Triple H leaked that on his Twitter, I think. It was
there was a photo of Triple H.
Triple H took the photo of the tapings after Full Sail, and it was a picture of Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor in the ring. I'm not going to go into any details, but the hashtag did say Takeover Brooklyn.
Yeah,
with those two.
No sleep till or whatever.
Yeah, and the other spoiler, the NXT Twitter account, Bobby Roode debuted for the brand in the UK over the week. Which is the bigger spoiler?
Considering that I'm not really the biggest fan of Wobble Wood. I'd probably go with the Nakamura versus Balor.
If that was a picture if they took a picture of something that happens on the tapings, that's a bigger spoiler. Because the thing with Bobby Roode is that could have, that's a house show for all intents and purposes. That doesn't have to be televised. It's just something that they didn't have to take pictures of it either. They didn't have to post it on fucking Twitter. But that was coming from Triple H.
Yeah.
Himself. Come on.
Oh, the Brooklyn show sold out in like 15 minutes. Takeover. So if that's what's headlining it, those fans are getting their money's worth.
What is it? Barclays Center?
Same. It's just like last year.
15 minutes for Barclays Center. Fuck.
15,000.
It's actually
that's 1,000 a minute.
No, actually, the last year's the stage setup was smaller, so they were able to fit, I think, 1,500 more people for the Takeover show than they did for SummerSlam. Wow. SummerSlam has that huge.
No, I remember Brooklyn
Takeover was a lot more,
a
lot more toned down, so you could fit more people backstage, back behind the screen.
Right.
So gone, sold out.
Wow,
that's a good ticket right there.
Yeah,
Finn Balor against Nakamura. That's it for the NXT chatter for now.
So basically, that's not a possible spoiler. That is a spoiler. That is what's going to happen, basically. Or is that something Triple H was just teasing?
Yeah, he was teasing.
Okay, so there's a possibility that's not going to happen. Okay.
But why even bring it up? I mean, why get that vision in people's minds?
Yeah,
and not deliver.
Guess you're gonna have to wait till the next episode to find out.
Well, why tease if you're not going to deliver? Right.
That's it for NXT.
Yay! What do we got next? Lucha?
Nah.
No?
I'm gonna change this up a little bit.
Oh.
Something else got announced a couple days ago.
He always wants to spice things up.
Yeah. The 32-man roster for the Cruiserweight Classic was announced. And I'm gonna take a second to go run down this list. Raise your hands if a name sounds familiar to you. Kota Ibushi. How about Tajiri?
Yep.
Japanese buzzsaw.
Asshole.
Grand Metalik.
No.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
Noam Dar.
Nope. I was like, oh, wait. No, I don't.
Not to be confused with the Lucha Underground star. Da Mac.
Oh, not Mac.
Zombie.
No.
Zombie?
Clement Petiot.
No.
Harv Shearer.
No.
Gerv Shearer.
No.
The brothers, apparently.
Fabian
Fabian Aichner.
No.
The Brian Kendrick.
Ooh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Rich Swann.
Yeah, I know that guy. He was on NXT.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been on
He
there a couple
fought
times.
Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like the Avengers logo they put for his name.
So, yeah.
Cedric Alexander.
Oh, yes.
Official.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good one.
Akira Tozawa.
Don't know.
The name sounds familiar. But
New Japan.
Yeah.
Jack Gallagher.
Yeah.
No.
Tony Nese.
Yes.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. Some dude named Johnny Gargano.
Oh, that guy? Who'd have thunk it?
and his best friend
Wrestling over here.
his best friend Tommaso Ciampa.
He owns a restaurant in Alvin, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ho Ho Lun.
What? Who? What?
Ho Ho Lun.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say ho-hos and he's got,
he
Yeah.
growls when he eats.
Wow.
How about TJ Perkins?
Ooh, TJ.
Yeah, suicide.
Tej.
Drew Gulak,
Yeah, I heard of him.
Anthony Bennett.
No.
Tyson Duh,
Mhm.
DUX. Lince Dorado.
No.
Sean Malura, Raul Mendoza, Kenneth Johnson.
Oh, Kenneth Johnson. That's Weezy Woo. You know, from San Antonio. He came over.
Really?
Yeah, came over to wrestle at Lone
That's
Star a
him?
couple of times. Yeah.
Nice.
The guy who did the Blanca
The
rolling.
yes.
That's
awesome.
him. That's who that is.
Awesome. Alejandro Saiz. No. Damian Slater, no relation to Heath.
No.
Jason Lee and Arya Davari,
Davari.
brother of Sean Davari.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's nice.
Those are our 32 guys.
Okay. So out of 32, we probably know 12? 10?
We know of 12.
Yeah.
We're familiar with about 6 or 7.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing. It doesn't matter because the biggest prize any of these 32 guys can get is exposure on the network.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who
And they've
wins this
already
thing.
won it.
Yeah.
From the first match that they're on this tournament, whether it's the
The
first
fact
week
that we read off their names on our show.
that alone is going to give them a 20% increase.
Last
from-
week was CZW. This
Yeah.
week is this.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah,
what
they're
she's
getting
gonna
that HWR bump right now.
Yeah.
That's-
That's that 20% you're losing.
Next
They're getting it now.
do. Next week we're talking about TNA. What?
Huh? The tapings start later this month on June 23rd.
Yep.
And the episodes are going to start airing in July. Spoilers be damned. Even if I read all these, that's not going to stop me from watching every single one of these matches to see what they're going to do. They put up some pretty decent videos for some of these guys. I mentioned it earlier. I don't know if you guys saw any of these promo videos. They had the little Avengers logo for Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Some of his footage actually had him wrestling Big Mike from Ring of Honor.
Okay.
It might not have been Ring of Honor matches. It might have been another independent, but you saw him. Like you can see some of the wrestlers of the opponents of some of these videos, and they look kind of familiar.
Also on this, not only is the exposure a big thing, but I would expect from an upcoming brand split, a lot of the roster from NXT is going to get pulled. Some might even say rated for Raw and SmackDown.
Some of these guys need to be on NXT.
Definitely. And this right here is a scouting mission for like Regal and all the other agents. Yeah. So it's nut up or shut up, right? Is that the expression?
Hell,
Yeah.
Tajiri as a coach backstage would be just as good as Tajiri in this tournament.
Yeah.
You know, he's got some, especially if they're going to start taking these NXT kids on the road more.
Yeah. The one name that I wish that was on there that isn't on there is Jason Kincaid. I wish he would have made it into that tournament. Do you know if he was in qualifiers at all? I mean, I know that's kind of like
I did.
Jason Kincaid's the guy with the beard, right?
Yeah, the gift. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh well.
Would have been nice. It would have been the hells in the top prospects early in the year for
that's
Ring of
right.
Honor.
That's right. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
That
screw
might
that.
have had something
You
to
know
do
what
with
I like to see?
Who?
ACH.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck yeah. That would have been good.
Is he a cruiserweight or is he like? Does he tip the scale over?
I don't know. He sucks it in. He might be able to.
We ragged on his appearance earlier, but this could have been a good way for La Sombra to debut. For Cien
That
Almas.
could have been. Yeah.
So yeah, we finally got the roster for the tournament. Anticipation level for the tournament.
I was gonna go with like a 7, but okay.
I'm just anticipating. I'm just looking forward to seeing these guys that some of them I've heard of, and I just haven't seen them wrestle. Some of them I haven't seen at all or heard of at all. So they were good enough to make it to this tournament. I want to see what they can do.
Devil's advocate, is 32 too many?
No, that's just 16 matches in the opening round.
Just 16.
Just 16.
It's only 16. I mean, if it was for one night, fuck yeah, that's way too much. But they're not going to cram all this shit into one night. So yeah, I don't mind it.
Okay.
Did we figure this out? Is this going to be like a weekly show, like an hour show or something like that on the network? Is that what it is?
They're taping 4 nights, but they're spreading it out for like a couple months.
Okay.
Especially if they're trying to get that finale live on that last date on September 19th or whatever, then they're going to have these in July, August, September. Yeah, 3 months worth of weekly tournament matches. Yeah.
It'd be nice if they had it. Or do you think it'd be too much if they had it where the finales was at Brooklyn?
That'd be cool.
Oh,
Or would that be too much?
Too long. Well,
just the finale? Yeah, sure. Sneak in that one match. Why not? That wouldn't be too much. I wouldn't think.
yeah.
Is this an NXT thing or WWE thing?
It's a WWE thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't for what I've seen, I have not seen one NXT logo on these like adverts
for whatever
the
reason, like
class.
when this thing was
feels
first,
NXT.
Thank you. Yeah,
because it's at Full Sail.
Right.
It's in front of it's for wrestling fans that like that kind of stuff. That's not really mainstreamish.
Right.
Like there's a reason why this. Sadly, there's a reason why this isn't on Raw or SmackDown.
Right.
So it has the NXT feel.
It has a bunch of vanilla midgets, brother.
Somebody had to go there.
Hector is asking, do you think WWE will let them be them or follow WWE standards? I think they'll be able to go all out on the tournament, but after that, whoever gets signed or whatever, they're going to have to tame it down.
Again, there's a reason why this isn't on Raw and SmackDown. Right. So if these guys were called up to Raw and SmackDown, I would see a pretty significant shift on their moveset. Mm-hmm. But if they're going to be called up to NXT or already like it's a huge pinball game, I see them going even crazier.
Okay.
Yeah, until they all die of injury. That's what happens on WWE programming. Everybody gets injured.
You don't have to be hired by WWE anymore. Now,
who was the other guy that might have been in this tournament?
Little guy from old TNA, Amazing Red. He was going to be in this match. But get this. Mm-hmm. He just gets a phone call from WWE, and the curse, the injury curse, it spreads. Like, it's spreading. It's going viral now. Like, you don't have to be working for him. You just get a phone call from WWE, and you get injured.
He breaks his ankle.
Breaks his ankle from a phone call.
Oh, that's not amazing.
He's like, oh, my God, WWE's calling. Finally, let me get the phone. He didn't even get to answer the call. Like it just said caller ID developmental.
I'm telling you, man, if you're a wrestler at all, indie scene or whatever, you watch yourself in WWE.
Yeah, just go to TNA.
No, ask them to send it to you by FedEx. No,
they still won't get paid.
Oh yeah.
Is that our transition to TNA? Fuck it, that's our transition.
Wait,
to TNA.
Why the fuck are we transitioning into TNA?
Slammiversary!
For fuck's sake.
Did you watch it?
Fuck no.
Did you watch it?
No.
Damn. Neither did I. Not all of it.
Oh, okay. Well, why are we talking about this?
He wasn't saying that before the show.
Not all of it.
I
caught the main event.
Nah, you fucking mark.
Actually, I caught the match before the main event, which holy fuck.
Wait. Let's
get something straight.
You said that you caught half of the match before the main event and the main event. So you watched 1.5 matches.
Yeah.
So you watched this thing. That means you spent $40 for 1.5 TNA matches.
I did not spend $40 on this shit.
Oh God. I will cease all questioning, Your Honor.
You plead the fifth?
I plead the fifth.
All-time pizza lawyer. You would think, regardless of the negative attention, for all the fucking attention that the Hardys have been getting, you would not co-main event that at this pay-per-view? This was like the third match. That was the third match on this card.
I thought that was the match.
Full Metal Mayhem's like the third or fourth match on this card.
Wait, the Hardy versus Hardy was Full Metal Mayhem?
Yes.
Oh, God.
The match before the main event.
Full Narcotic Mayhem. Yeah.
And they're not even getting paid for it.
Hair coloring is a hell of a drug.
That's probably also a tax write-off for them.
Yeah. The match,
all the help they can get.
The match before the main event, mind you, was the tag titles, the Decay against the Bromance. That was the match before the main event.
Okay.
The main event match was shambles, dude.
Who was it?
Drew Galloway against Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
For the heavyweight title. The victory was only by submission or knockout.
I heard about this.
That's right. We talked about this last week.
Submission or knockout with a current MMA athlete I am predetermined to think that it's only by submission or knockout.
Mhm.
So why the fuck is Drew Galloway breaking out chairs, tables, all this hardcore shit? I thought this was supposed to be an MMA type match. That's what the rules were regulated when they were advertised to me before this match started. Knockout or submission, like an MMA match with an MMA guy.
Okay.
Galloway busts out his finisher within the first 3 seconds of the bell ringing. There was like
It's
nine.
WrestleMania 25
There
all over
were
again.
9 finishers in this fucking match, and none of them like led to the finish of the match. Mercy on our souls, the match finally ended. Bobby Lashley, your favorite because chocolate, because
What?
you like chocolate.
What?
Triangle submission on Drew Galloway. Galloway passed out. We have a new champion, Bobby Lashley,
Wait. How are you supposed to win?
by submission or knockout.
And what happened?
Drew Galloway passed out, and the referee gave the match to Bobby Lashley.
Well, that's the same as a knockout, right? He's knocked out.
In an
No, he
MMA
passed out.
Yeah.
Well, but
That's
you're
different.
unconscious.
In an MMA match, you can get beaten to a pulp and the referee can stop the match because you can't fight anymore, and that's considered a knockout match. Technical knockout.
TKO.
Yeah. And it just the referee like, oh yeah, and on the outside when Drew Galloway was down, how do you tell it's a knockout? You count to 10. This is not a last man standing match. This is not a last man
He counted
standing
to
match.
10?
So the referee was counting whenever the wrestler wasn't moving. The referee was counting, and if the referee got to 10, then that's how he decided it was a knockout.
And that was every time. So we had 8 counts and 7 counts and 9 counts as near falls. Ah!
And this wasn't a last man standing match.
No,
No.
and that's why TNA is in the situation they're in when an executive for the company goes on Facebook and posts what, Travis?
Basically, how much debt he's in because of TNA. Why would you post that on Facebook? I don't know. Do you have that up? Do you have that? Is anybody?
I don't have it up. No.
I don't have it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, basically, he was saying how much money he's put into TNA, and he's still waiting on getting some of that.
That they had to get emergency funding 12 hours before they
That's what
went
it
on
was,
the air
yeah.
to make sure that everybody would get paid so that they can air this live taping and the semi-live taping that's going on right now for the people that are watching live on YouTube, which we are not because the TV
On
is off.
Pop TV.
Oh, by the way, they announced the next Hall of Fame inductee.
Oh, yeah?
The prestigious TNA
Oh,
Hall of
no.
Fame inductee.
Oh, yeah? Wait, was that supposed to happen at Slammiversary?
Yeah, they changed it.
Oh, God.
If they wanted to get a conversation going, it would make sense and it would be funny as fuck. Please tell me it's AJ Styles.
Via satellite.
Oh, God.
Please
That'd
tell
be
me
great.
it's AJ.
It's not
That explains why he's losing all the time on Raw because
Yeah.
he's a Hall of Famer for TNA.
No, he's not Hall of Famer. He'll
Oh.
never be a Hall of Famer.
All right, who is it?
Gail Kim.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. That makes sense.
I was actually thinking if there's one woman wrestler that the WWE should pick up to enhance the NXT girls, or hell, throw them on the main roster to try to add some relevance
Because
to this
this
revolution.
worked great 2 other times before that.
Yeah,
right?
with Gail Kim. Yeah.
But yeah, the first ever woman's title.
But that was before
the-
the revolution.
revolution.
No, but for TNA, Gail Kim,
I buy it.
that works. That works. I think it does.
Yeah.
Travis, you look like you disagree.
No, I mean, it's the TNA Hall of Fame.
And she has no tits or ass. Why? Right? Is that why you can
I didn't think about that.
No,
No, she's good. Right.
win? He's actually laying a compliment to a TNA Hall of Famer.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
a little bit of Mushu.
Mhm.
Moo-hoo guy. Okay, how about Lucha Underground? Let's lighten up the mood a little bit. Lucha Underground.
What happened this week? Oh yeah, the 6 to survive. Well, it was 12 to survive, and then we're gonna have 6 to survive,
Here,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I
As
said-
much grief as I given season 2 of Lucha with them repeating stuff, this was something new, a new concept, and I'm glad that they had a new concept where basically you're gonna have a 6-on-6 match, and whichever team wins the following week, those 6 teammates are now enemies again. And whoever wins out of that's new number 1 contender for Ultima Lucha 2. So I'm cool with that. I'm glad that we had a new concept for season 2 out of Lucha Underground.
Got another chump stain challenge for you guys.
Oh shit.
Abel,
What?
Son of Havoc was
Yeah.
on one of these 6 teams.
Yeah.
You get a point for every other person you name on this team. Who was Son of Havoc's teammates?
Was he on the winning team?
I didn't even see the match, so I don't even know if
Oh,
that
you're
team won.
no, then you're,
Son of
you
Havoc.
can't do that.
Well, I have the picture of the teams right here. So
I don't give a fuck. If you didn't watch the
You.
match, then you don't need to be playing.
Fight you.
Son of Havoc, Pentagon.
Wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah.
So he's on the losing team then.
Okay. Yeah, he was on the losing team. Okay, so Jesus.
This is gonna
I don't
take too
even
long.
remember.
No,
This is gonna take too long. Yeah, I don't
100%.
know.
Son of Havoc,
I'm the chump
Mac,
snake.
Tejano,
Tejano.
Sexy Star, Prince Puma, Rey Mysterio.
There we go.
Against Phoenix,
Evilise.
Corno, Ivelisse, Chavo Guerrero, Johnny Mundo, Taya.
Taya.
But what happened to Chavo?
Chavo got taken the fuck out. He got attacked by Pentagon, and then
Oh,
Yeah, if you watch the match, you know that.
yeah, you would have
When?
known,
Oh,
bitch.
well.
Yeah, he got taken out by Pentagon right before the match, and then Dario Cueto came out and was like, "Hey, hold on a minute, players," and said, I don't really like you. I wanted my brother to kill you. I'm surprised that you're here, but you have some cojones and you took out Chavo, and I'm a man of the people, and the people want to see you. So what the fuck? You're in the match. Bye-bye, Chavo. So he got in the match, and guess what? Their team won.
I knew whenever Pentagon was in the match, okay, whatever team he's on is going to win.
Yeah.
But the promo that Pentagon did before that,
Mm-hmm.
I want to like it, but at the same time, I want to say it was really forced
Okay.
because he came out in a wheelchair like he's been ever since he fought what's-his-face. And then he got on the mic and started talking to Chavo, and he said, Chavo, you're the only one that supported me. You're the only one that's been there for me, and I thank you for that. Chavo's like, cool, man, all right. And he turns around, and then Pentagon gets up, and then he says, but I'm going to kill you, or whatever, something to that extent.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact words, but it just felt forced. Like, I don't know, like, why Chavo? Like,
Well, you don't remember Chavo stabbing him in the back?
uh,
Remember, he was the only one that like, I think it was early season 1. It was Chavo and Pentagon. Pentagon was kind of his lackey, and then Chavo just stabbed Pentagon in the back, and then Chavo went on his own.
there's
And
so
then-
much shit with Chavo. Like, I can't remember like all that shit with him.
Well, whose fault is that?
I can't argue that. No, it's fucking Lucha's fault.
Oh, it's Lucha's fault.
There's so
Yeah.
much shit going on. This is a TV show that's it's serialized. It's a story. It's,
Mm-hmm.
every show out there has recaps.
Mhm.
It has what happened previously on the show.
Mhm.
It has ways of keeping you up to date on what's going on storylines.
Mhm.
And it's on a channel I can actually get. So
Oh.
yeah.
You're just salty because you don't have the
Fuck
fucking
them.
channel.
Yeah. Fuck that show.
is your match of the week on this show?
Yes, it is.
All right.
What's your
Which
match of the
then,
week?
you
The
bitch?
fucking nunchuck match.
Yes!
I-
They had a nunchuck match, man.
You, for all your bitching of lack of originality on this season,
Yes.
you took it in the ass twice.
Yes.
How did it feel?
I guess
That's
I
a trick
liked
question.
it.
That's a trick question.
Because I like the nunchuck match.
Explain why this is your match of the week pick. Persuade us to change our picks.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's not going to be that hard.
dude, the sound effects with the nunchucks hitting the guys, I laughed every single fucking time. I don't know.
So you thought those weren't real?
I'm not saying they weren't real. I'm just saying it sounded,
It just sounded funny. It kind of sounded like a chop.
dude. And Jack Evans like twirling around every time he got hit with one of those fuckers.
Yeah.
It was great.
Did you see this, Chris?
Yeah,
Okay.
fiberglass on skin does sound like that.
Yeah.
And if those nunchucks were fiberglass, then that was legit hits.
Okay, you know what I thought was fucking hilarious and great in that match? When Jack Evans was hanging off of Dario's office, and Aerostar went to hit one hand and he took it away, and then went to hit the other and he took it away, and then eventually he said "fuck it" and just fell back. And I mean, just the fact that we had this match where the concept was you can use nunchucks, but they're hidden throughout the temple. Not so much, oh, they're on a pole or underneath the ring, or you start with them. No, you had to fucking find the fuckers.
And it didn't end if you got them.
Right. Just use them.
Yeah. And it was like PJ and Jack Evans were like the first ones to find them. It's like, okay, these
get on my shoulders.
Yeah. And like, okay, these buffoons are gonna use these nunchucks, right? But then Drago gets his motherfucking hands on him to check it out. All of a sudden, he's Bruce motherfucking Lee. Like, did you see what he was doing with these things? Like, he was a fucking professional.
Maybe he is.
I don't know. But like, we're like, all right, Jack Evans is gonna do some stupid shit. PJ Blackie's gonna do some stupid shit. But then, like, oh no, you better run from Drago when he has these things. Like, you really fucked yourself, and you are the guys that came up with this idea for this match.
I was waiting for like Jack Evans or PJ to just like start doing this rolling thing and like accidentally hit themselves in the face or something.
Yeah, a fellow chucker. Eh?
Yeah, right? You know, the I didn't think I was gonna like this match because
I am.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like this match because consistency with storylines. Like we've become accustomed to figure out that whatever happens backstage.
It doesn't happen.
You're not supposed to know about it. Like nobody knows about what's going on. Technically, we as the viewers are the only ones that know that they had that little bathroom skirmish with the nunchucks. That's what started this way.
Several times, yeah.
Yeah, and they just come out and say there's a nunchuck match and you can use nunchucks, but you think why? Like why?
Like Vampiro and Striker didn't question it. Okay, fuck it.
This is something Mexicans do when they're upset. They hang nunchucks around their and they use them. Yeah.
That's a thing, right?
This is what we do.
Yeah.
How do you think the whole piñata tradition started? Nunchucks.
Oh, yeah.
Chuckus. The 18 different versions of the word nunchuck that's explained by Matt Stryker.
Yes.
And Vampiro saying, those Sharpie things that make loud noises.
Yeah. Thank you, Vampiro.
You know what, Travis? Fuck it. I'm changing. That's my pick for the week.
Fuck it. That's my pick too.
Okay, there you go. Anything more? Yeah, no. It was fun, but I don't know if I'm willing to say match of the year.
Okay.
It was fun though.
It was a fun match.
Yeah.
Dude, the sound of it hitting
whack.
Like I was just waiting for like the old 66 Batman episodes to have like sound effect words coming like poof, like biff and plow and thud and blitz. Puto.
Oh,
Kill shot against Marty the Moth. Fuck the Moth, man.
Oh yeah.
One day, Melissa Santos just gonna kick him in the balls with his heel, and he's never gonna recover.
That's my purse.
Like
I don't know you. Yeah. I at first I was like, why are they really going through with all this with the tags? And it's like, I don't know. And yeah, it's kind of cool, kind of whatever. But then like when they were explaining that those that first row there were all Marines that like they brought into the show, and I'm like, oh, it all makes sense now. They're kind of just playing it up to the Marines right there in the front row. And I thought, you know what, that's pretty cool. So I was okay with it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're okay with it.
Oh, yeah.
As retarded as the Moth is, I kind of took his character serious after that segment. You know, he stood his own. He had a reason. He had his own motivations why it was serious to him, and he like fought to make sure that he left that segment with the tags on. And this isn't just another comedy act that you're supposed to laugh at. And then 5 minutes later, you move on to the next segment of Lucha. Like they're actually making the Killshot story relevant.
Yeah,
he's getting his own backstory. The Moth is becoming a decent foil for Killshot. We're getting more of this. Most likely, this will be a payoff at Ultima Lucha. I don't mind seeing this.
Okay,
I'm invested in this storyline, just as invested as Lucha Underground makes me on all their storylines.
Mm-hmm.
This is just
speaking of. There was another segment backstage, in I guess King Cuerno's lair of all his trophies. Because we said this before, he has Mil Muertes as a trophy in a glass case or something.
At his house at a cabin down by the river.
Katrina found him. And did you not see this?
I'm trying to remember. I think I did.
And she held up the rock and
called him Gustavo Mendoza.
Right.
What's his name? Not Gustavo Mendoza.
Chavo del Ocho.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And the smoke started coming up, and then his eyes light up and open up, and then they're red now because he's come back from the dead again. So
Twice.
Yeah, so now he's even more powerful than he was last time.
And he headbutted the glass.
Yes.
And he escaped.
Was all that shit on his mask, was that like stitching? Was that supposed to be like really bad stitching?
I'm not sure.
Or was
I
it,
think maybe it was.
I didn't get that.
I didn't get to really get a good look at it.
But I like that aspect of the gimmick where he every time he comes back from the dead, he's like changed. Now he's got red eyes.
True.
But okay.
Oh, I have two nits to pick with this.
Right.
The first one is
The stitching.
well, no. He's died and he came back to life. Then he died again, and now he's come back to life again. So in season 3, he's gonna lose grave consequences again, and then come back to life again.
Well, let's cross that bridge.
He's king of the Iron Throne. He can come back as many times as he wants.
I don't know.
You worry too much about the future shit. Don't even have to.
Okay, well, not even with the future shit. It's already happened twice. Come on, really?
What?
I don't know.
This is the comic show.
In Lucha, you're gonna question.
This is the comic book show. Like, things happen all the time.
Right.
Oh, man, Drago can fly because he's half dragon, but no, Mil Muertes can't come back to life. His name's Muertes. He's supposed to.
Matanza ate a dude.
This is true. There has been ridiculous.
That's my
things.
go-to response to anything, any kind of criticism on Lucha.
Matanza ate a motherfucker, and everybody accepts it.
That's why I want to go to it. It doesn't fail.
He ate the guy. Yeah.
There's another backstage thing too. I forgot
Okay.
about that one.
What was your other nit to pick? You had two.
My other nit to pick was shit. I can't remember.
Because when a counter was saying that Matanza ate a dude.
Yeah, you probably will say
Muertes versus Corino at Lucha Mucha 2.
that'd be cool. That'd be a good match.
That'd be a first time, right? One-on-one? It's a stupid question only in the second season, but
yeah, it is the first time, I believe.
No, the other backstage was the interrogation room.
Yeah.
And they answered our question, like, what they book him for? They had all this other shit that they arrested him for, and
He lied, he cheated, and steals. Yeah,
like Aguero does.
right.
Yes.
So, yeah, you're worried about Mil Muertes coming back to life twice, where the interrogation room, they're saying, yeah, he's not just the linchpin, he's the harbinger of death.
Of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
what?
gonna choke women. Turn them blue.
But she was already blue.
That
No,
was it.
she was blonde throughout the entire movie, you idiot. Oh.
No, not as blue as your balls, idiot.
What?
Oh. 4 weeks away from Ultima Lucha. Well, actually,
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks now with this upcoming episode coming up. 3 weeks away from Ultima Lucha. Dos.
Okay.
You sad?
No.
Because then we won't have Lucha Underground again for another season. We have to wait.
I'll wait. I'll be okay. I survived the first time. I'll survive the second time.
We've gotten 2 good seasons out of
Yeah.
Lucha, so
Yeah.
I'm set. If that was the last one, I'd be satisfied.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more, but we're gonna get more. But I'm just saying, it's not like it's the apocalypse or the end of the world or anything.
Yeah.
Yet.
Well,
That's the series finale.
Yeah.
He blows up the planet.
It's like Cabin in the Woods. Y'all never seen that movie? Yeah.
We're not cool. HWR Rewind. We had a nice little conversation on Messenger between the three of us, giving each other grief because we gave Vader too much grief on last week's episode. Travis, do you want to elaborate on that? While Abel leans back across his arms and laughs again.
Well, we had this whole conversation, and Abel was like, "No, stop! This is good. We can save for the show."
And now he forgot.
and I was gold.
And I was like, "I don't know. It's not gold. Oh, okay." I'm trying. Where was that?
Well, if you're going to try to.
Oh, here we go. Here we
Okay.
go. I think about it. All right. So here's my thing. I was going back thinking about our discussion about what Vader was saying about the Ricochet and Will Ospreay match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just remembered my second.
What was it?
Okay, I'm sorry. But I'm going to go back to what my second nit to pick was with Mil Muertes. If he continues this cycle of dying and coming back to life and becoming more powerful, is he going to wind up being like Siler on Heroes? Does you guys get
Right.
that reference?
Mhm.
Where he just has become too powerful of a bad guy that the writers just don't know what to do with him anymore because he's just too much of a badass and he's just going to kill everyone.
How many times does The Undertaker come back from buried alive matches and still become relevant and still change his character and altered his ego enough to where it's still fresh?
Okay.
This is not even the second season of Lucha Underground. You're already putting,
Hey,
putting the nail in the coffin of Mil Muertes.
It only took 2 seasons for them to ruin Siler.
Well, it didn't just ruin Siler, ruin the whole show, but whatever.
Yeah, it only took 2 seasons for them to ruin the whole fucking show.
NBC ruins a lot of things. Thought you wouldn't be surprised by that.
Well,
by now.
I figured once they saved the cheerleader, they saved the world. But I guess not.
Get over it, man.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
That's why you watch Heroes Reborn.
No, you don't. This show sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
I wanted to give it a shot. I guess I won't know.
Binge it one weekend on Netflix once it's all on.
I couldn't finish it.
Really?
Yeah, but Travis has got higher standards than that.
This is true.
Like it wasn't open, huh?
I watched all of Salem and I loved it. So
I smoked a pack of Salem's once.
what?
It's not bad.
I couldn't finish the first season either.
Oh,
Really?
It was terrible.
You thought Salem was terrible?
oh man, Travis
I,
never fails. It's stinks.
Okay, I'm sorry. Back to our.
that's a whole other tangent I can go off of if you want,
Yeah.
but no.
All right. I'm sorry to interrupt. Let's
Again?
Go back. Yeah, I know. Let's go back to.
I already forgot what we're talking about, and I got it right in front of me.
Well, just put your eyeballs back on your phone and start reading, and then you'll know where we are.
We had sympathy for Vader.
The hell you say?
Well, yeah.
Did we?
You were
Uh-huh.
having a little bit of argumentative regret.
Buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
Okay, viewers don't even care at this point. But,
No, they do.
Okay,
We lost
so talking about the CZW or all the talk about that shit with Vader and everything. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Did we not all turn into Vader by complaining about the powerbomb off the building spot? Wasn't our criticism about that essentially the same as what he was complaining about the Ricochet match?
Right.
Like we're bitching about the powerbomb off the building. Was that gone too far? Whatever. But Vader was essentially saying the same thing about the performance of Ricochet and Ospreay in that match.
Right.
And one of the things that you said was, hold up, let me. Crap. Let's see. Hold on.
Well, I can tell you what I said.
My point was the safety.
Right.
As
and
much
there you
as
go.
as much as a gymnast fest that was choreographed to the nines. But at the end of the day, they were both able to walk away and fight another day.
Okay.
Falling through fire off a roof of a building.
Onto a flaming truck that had double layered obstacles to fall through.
Yes. This is like Double Dare meets Saw.
That weren't just like regular tables. Like it looked like it was fucking particle board.
Right. We're not discussing that. Okay. So safety or wrestling, the one thing that was said that, quote, he probably doesn't watch any of the current stuff. And that's why he was so critical of it. If that's the case, when was the last time any of us watched CZW? Abel didn't even know who was wrestling in the match, in the CZW match.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, in hindsight, I feel like we're a little hypocritical of Vader, of what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you rebutted about that.
Yeah. What I had basically said, well, okay, here, just hand me the phone. I said, yeah, that's why I brought up the point that we've seen all the elements in other matches. We've seen people take high bumps off of, really tall buildings. We've seen flaming tables. We've seen, all this stuff before. There was really nothing new in this spot, except that they just combined it all together into something that just looked really, big and nasty. So then that's why I had asked the question, where do we draw that line, And
then that's when I said, one could argue that could be Vader's point as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get this from Evolve 62, where some dude gets thrown into a pole.
A steel pole from the
steel
ring,
pole.
just tossed over gorilla press style, but like thrown into a steel pole. So yeah, all right. I know on the episode, you yourself, Travis, said there's somebody out there watching it. There's a market for it, so why not? But I think Chris's whole point is but the safety of these wrestlers. I mean, come on, how do you take a bump where you get thrown into a pole and then you fall down? Like, how do you safely get thrown into a pole? A big metal rod. Like,
one of our people on Facebook, they had an answer for that too.
Okay.
On the post.
Yeah,
on the
that was
Facebook
our answer HWR for the week. After our criticisms of CZW on last week's episode, give us one word to describe what happened at Evolve 62. And we had a couple of answers. Some of them, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Christian Aztec Thomas. That's pussy shit. If you have to do shit like that, then it means you can't work, so you have to go to extremes to get a cheap pop.
I'd agree with that.
Donnie Hamby. Damn, that was rough looking. I sincerely hope both those guys agreed to the bump. Andrew Williams, there's no way that they both agreed to this.
Oh,
they both didn't agree to
there
this.
you go. Yeah.
There was consent.
Yes.
Max Zaleski. Hey, Darby's a local guy. The dude is so good.
Hold on. With Max. He got his loot from WrestleThon, which included a Monsoon Banana Company shirt. And
Nice.
Black Houston Wrestling Radio shirt, and he tweeted it out. And we appreciate that, Max. Thank you so much. We retweeted your tweet. So yeah, that was awesome. He looked snazzy in the HWR shirt. He was wearing it.
Well,
so,
Black is slimming.
Yeah, looks good.
You're welcome.
So yeah, all right. So you're a good dude, Max, but I don't know if I agree with you.
Let's go back to Andrew's comment right there.
I've got a few more. Dylan Robert Howard III.
Yeah, fuck you, Travis. Yeah, who cares?
I thought we cared about.
Excuse me, I'll go fuck myself right now. Okay,
Yeah,
so you just do your own show. You just do what you gotta do.
I thought we cared about the listener's opinion here. I thought, when did that change? Dylan Robert Howard
So I
III.
said, pause on it for a second. You don't understand the fucking. Okay, good.
Cue the retirement speech. Hector Reyes just screamed "pull," and Daryl Hughes posted a picture of Ron Simmons with his normal catchphrase.
Damn.
Done.
Okay, Travis.
Right.
Please.
That's what I was trying to say. Go back to Andrew Williams' comment about there's no way they didn't both consent to that. And to safety, devil's advocate, they are professionals. Just saying.
Okay.
So they're not going to just say, oh, that looks kind of dangerous. Let's do it anyways.
You sure?
Maybe to an extent.
No, that's just a conversation. Yeah, let's do it. Are you sure? It's my back, not yours. Okay, fuck it.
Then you're calling into question the judgment of that wrestler.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and where's the booker and all this? Where's all these other people that's in charge?
And, Like, how did this spot come about? Which you could say the same thing about the CZW spot. How did that spot come about?
Who approved it?
Who approved it? And who's
who's
did
taking
not
liability?
have?
Who's taking liability?
Who's
for that?
fitting the insurance bill if something goes wrong on this spot? Right.
Yeah. Who's not saying, you know what, guys? That may not be the safest bump for you to take. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a professional wrestler. I haven't taken any bumps at all, ever. So, and part of it is because I know that wrestling, quote unquote, isn't fake, because when you fall on the ground, it hurts.
It's not quote unquote isn't fake. It isn't fake.
Right. You fall on the ground and it hurts. That's the one thing wrestlers always say. Oh, you think it's fake? Take a bump and see what happens. So, granted, they take precautions. You got to make sure you land completely on your back. You extend out your elbows. You spread the impact as far across your body as you can.
Professional over here.
I know.
The guy that never took a bump.
I know.
He's gonna explain it, right?
I'm saying that this is what's been said. I mean, I don't.
I heard a guy who said,
Travis, come on, dude. What I'm trying to say is that even though I have not done it myself, I know that they take precautions and that these are the precautions that are laid out.
Right.
Are there precautions for getting thrown off of a building into a flaming table, into the bed of a truck? Are there precautions for getting thrown out of the ring into a metal pole? Is there a way to take that kind of bump? Is there? Wrestlers, anybody that's out there, if you listen to our show, you work for ROW or wherever you wrestle, tell us, is there a safe way to take a bump like that? Because apparently I can't fucking talk about it because I've never taken a bump. But no, seriously, anybody who has taken a bump, can you do that shit safely? Steve DeMarco, I'm calling you out. You've been on our show before. You talk all about wrestling and bumps.
We've been on his show.
We've been on his show. Steve, can you fucking do that? Brian Keith.
He's not listening to this.
Brian Keith, he always, shares our thing. He likes our stuff whenever we post up our show.
If
you're listening to this, he might be. If you're listening to this, can you take that bump safely? Any other wrestlers
out of
there?
the names that he dropped, I'm surprised he didn't drop the obvious.
Okay, Brennan. Brennan, can you take that bump safely? Is that something that they've taught you?
Is that something you would take, bro?
Duperon. Dave, super duper on.
Oh, he doesn't count.
You busted your fucking head wide open and were bleeding all over the place.
And there was nothing in there.
Is that a safe bump that you could take from a dude
That's
that
how we
is
lighten the mood. We pass our aggressions to those less fortunate, so that we all come out better.
Get that vein out of his forehead and come down. Jesus Christ, dude.
And I don't know. I mean, I think this just kind of goes back to, you know, Travis, you think that maybe you had enough faith in them to know what the fuck that they're doing. So who are we to put it into judgment? But then Chris, you're over here saying that no, safety is safety.
Let's approach this differently. I'm going to just ask an easy question.
Okay.
Does the bump that you saw from CZW encourage or discourage you to get into their product?
I'd say maybe discourage. Kind of like what the other dude said. Like, if you're not good enough to tell a story in the ring and you just do this, man, that's pussy shit. That's the easy way out. For shock and awe. You're the Howard Stern of wrestling. You're just out there just saying stupid stuff just to get a rise out of people, and you're not actually applying your craft.
As good as they're trying to build up these matches on this Evolve show, watching the pole spot, does that encourage you or discourage you to get into Evolve?
It might discourage me. The one thing that did encourage me is Max. Max is a guy, he's been on our show before. For as well as I can know a Facebook and Twitter friend, we've known him for a pretty long time, and I trust his judgment. And he says that guy that was wrestler in that spot, he was pretty good. I'm like, okay, well, that's the only thing that's the only somewhat redeeming thing that has given me pause to say, well, maybe they're not a bunch of fuck ups. Because one guy that is a trusted source says, hey, he's a good wrestler. But then again, I'm like, I don't know. You have to pull off that kind of spot. I mean, you have to rely on that. Yeah.
How about you? Does the spot in CZW encourage you or discourage you to get into their product?
About 15 years ago, I was into hardcore wrestling.
Okay.
This is a good perspective.
This is very good.
I would have enjoyed that 15 years ago when I was into hardcore wrestling. I'm not into that anymore, so that isn't appeasing me right now.
How about the pole spot for Evolve?
I'm like neutral on it, really. Like, honestly. I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. If that answers your question, it's just there. It was just a move. It's like, ugh, it was kind of like that. But I mean, it doesn't like, fuck this. I'm not watching the show anymore.
Okay.
But I think both of them, more or less, the building thing from CZW, that's more or less a niche audience of wrestling fans. They know who they're marketing to. They know who's watching their show. They know what's going to get butts in their seats. That's it.
Were people standing in their parking lot?
Whichever.
Well, okay. To that point, Hector on the live chat here, he has a point. Going back to like who approved this, he says sometimes the promoters don't know. I remember when Foley talked about how he got into trouble with McMahon after the Hell in the Cell spots.
Yeah.
And I mean, if anybody is the hardcore legend, it's Foley, and everybody fucking love Foley. I love Foley. And I loved the fucking Hell in a Cell spots. I was like, oh, man, that's so crazy. And yeah, we were talking 15 years ago. Like, shit, that was awesome. But, yeah, and even the flaming table with Edge. Holy shit, that's awesome. That's great. That's crazy. As recently as, 5 years ago when Abyss was doing the Monsters Ball matches and doing all kinds of crazy shit on there. Yeah, I liked it. It was cool. It was crazy. It was different. But, man, when are you going to pull back on it?
Where's that line?
Where's the line?
Yeah,
I don't know.
And this might have been the line for us because I asked you guys, and this doesn't help motivations for either you to get into the brands. So
no, I never said it would. I mean, that's like I said, that's just it's a niche part of wrestling. You have different styles of wrestling. That's just one style of wrestling. So that's all it is.
Okay. Do you feel encouraged or discouraged for either one of these spots for either one of these promotions? Chris.
Today, yes.
Yeah. You're not chewing any ice.
If there's, in context, 15 seconds of watching some dude fall off a building, it's disgraceful. It's unsafe. It's almost unhuman. in a sense of a pro wrestling match, if we had all 20 or 30 minutes to watch the match from the beginning, and there's a purpose and a build and a reason and a rivalry and a feud or something that warranted this in a story, then I can kind of understand it. I might not like it, but I would at least know that there's a reason why they're doing that. Oddly enough, I don't see any fucking reason why some dude just gets thrown into a pole. Like, it just doesn't. There's off the roof. It was a Death Valley driver / powerbomb type move.
Yeah.
This dude just got thrown to a fucking pole.
Yeah.
Like, where's the story? Where's the build? This wasn't a pole match. There wasn't any there's no, I don't, even if I were to have watched the match, I don't think I would have seen any context to where it would have warranted somebody getting thrown into that. Even if they both agree to it, even if one can take the hit and can walk 30 minutes later. For me, I think I found a line.
Okay.
And that might have been it. Oddly enough, over the CZW stuff, I think the pole thing. Because something about it, just hearing the thud of a skin on the pole, just, I guess
they worked you, bro.
I guess that's me being personal after falling down the metal stairs at my apartment. The pole thing just kind of like
Post-traumatic stress syndrome.
PTSD. Yeah, man. I think that's just me.
Yeah,
like your niche or my niche. That's just.
Does that turn you off Evolve? Because Evolve's been in the news lately because WWE is getting into them now. So.
And that's the other thing that scratches my head. If WWE has enough knowledge to let things go on Evolve to further their storyline, even though they're helping build a WWE storyline with the Cruiserweight Classic, then who the fuck in WWE would have approved a spot like that? Let alone somebody at Evolve.
Oh, WWE's not booking him. WWE's not booking him or anything. They're not having anything to do with their storylines or their matches.
Right, but it's probably not the smartest thing for somebody in Evolve to approve that move,
or
knowing that
let
WWE,
that out, knowing they might not like it.
Yeah, knowing that WWE has their eyeballs on it. Like, fuck, come on, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, and like, then you want to talk about WWE? Why did they ban the curb stomp? Because they didn't want kids emulating it. Okay, that kind of sucks, but I kind of get their reasoning behind it because if somebody. If you really did put all your weight behind a curb stomp, you're killing a motherfucker. Yeah. Literally, you're killing a motherfucker. Same thing with the roof. You're jumping off a roof through a flaming table, truck bed. You're killing a motherfucker. Yeah. If you're picking somebody up, if you have the strength to pick up like your little brother, and toss him to a pole, you're breaking his back. Yeah. You literally are. So, I mean.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, so again, are we hypocritical? Are we just like Vader and we just don't get it?
That was a question I was asking you guys, and you didn't want to answer me.
I don't think we are, because I think when it comes to the art of it, that's what was called into question with Ricochet and Ospreay. The art was lost. The psychology was lost because it was just moves that they were putting together. So in that respect, I think that Vader just didn't get it, because I personally argued and saw that there was selling, there was story, there was psychology. It wasn't a fucking psychology clinic, but there was some there. But here with these other two spots, trying to win the match? Both of them. But here with these two spots, it wasn't who's trying to win the match, it's who's trying to kill the motherfucker, who's trying to wow and shock the audience, right, with ridiculous shit. So yeah, I guess it's like a safety thing. I think that's where the line is, and I don't think that we're hypocrites if we're calling out Vader on it and doing the same thing, because I think that there's enough of a difference there where that line is there, where that line is crossed.
That's good.
All right.
That's my defense right there. Like, I don't even need to repeat any of it. You just said it.
Well,
right
fuck it. There you go.
There you go.
So, fucking Hector. Hector says this. What about the car spot with Austin from back in the day when Austin got ran over by a car?
That's ridiculous.
You know what? He's got a point. Maybe that's not a line that they should have crossed. Or running over a motherfucker with a car. All right.
Let's put the Houston in Houston Wrestling Radio.
Why? How?
Me went to ROW on Saturday.
Oh, yes, I did.
Rapid fire. Go.
Brendan is a new number one contender for the ROW Championship against Gino, and that will be the next set of tapings. Basically, they had like a little mini qualifier tournament type thing that led to a three-way match. And Brennan wound up winning it, and he looked pretty strong doing it. So, sorry, I keep saying Brennan. Marcellus Black. Marcellus Black won it.
You're calling Brown?
Marcellus Brown. Evan Snow had another good match. You know, I know that we may have not been as glowing of him in reviews in the past, but the last couple of times I've seen him, kind of liked what he's done. Legion seems to be falling apart at the seams in a good way as far as like storyline goes. They're breaking up and they're having dissension amongst each other. And the kid that I can never remember his name, the short blonde kid, the flippy dippy kid that we really like, it looks like he's going to be the next one to leave Legion, which I'm really excited for that because I really like that guy. So yeah. Oh, one thing that the Taylors, Shane and Tyree, they lost the tag titles. Yeah, they lost the tag titles to oh god, it was Ryan, and who was Ryan's tag team partner?
Q?
No.
The Fat Samoan dude?
No, damn, I can't remember who it is now.
Stevie Ray?
No. Oh, it's
Keep naming.
no. The guy with the he used to be at Lone Star. He
Alex
was
Reigns.
There you go, Alex Reigns. Ryan and Alex Reigns. Yeah. So
Okay.
there you go, new tag champs. So yeah, overall, pretty nice stuff. Head on out to Texas City next month and take a look-see or watch them on Channel 39 on Sunday mornings at 11. Yeah.
Abel talked a lot. Your turn, Travis. You leaked a picture to us last week. Paul Bosch, the owner of the NWA, and Triple H.
What? I think you got
a picture last week.
I think you got ahead of yourself there. It wasn't a picture of Paul Bosch and Triple H.
Oh,
it was a picture of Bruce Tharp.
Bruce Tharp, that guy,
at Triple H.
Triple H,
Yeah.
regarding something about Paul Bosch. That's dope.
You
Save
stole-
this segment.
You stole all of his thunder. Shut up, Chris. Let Travis talk. Please, Travis, start all that over.
Go.
So there's a picture of Triple H and Paul Bosch. No, wait, hold on. There's a picture of Triple H with Bruce Tharp of NWA. And what happened was they found out that reportedly, I'm doing this bad on purpose, by the way, that WWE might be interested in buying just a portion of NWA's video library, the portion which happens to be Paul Bosch's Houston wrestling library from the early 80s. Yeah, so
that's cool. Right now, is that just pretty much hearsay, rumor stuff?
sure,
Yeah, news with a Z.
yes.
All right. What is the likelihood that you would watch Houston wrestling on the WWE Network?
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Not probably religiously or anything, but I'll watch it
Yeah.
here and there. Yeah.
Okay. I might check it out too.
Old stuff from the Coliseum.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, I've never seen any of it.
Yeah.
I've never gone out of my way to like
You call
find it
yourself
on
a wrestling
YouTube.
fan.
You call yourself a Houstonian.
I'd give it a shot. I'd look it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Seeing the promotion that both my mother and father went to as children. Hell yeah. I'd check it out.
It's the one piece of territory that WWE doesn't have footage of.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you different? Yeah. Not seeing any pieces of footage from the territories before.
Oh.
They have AWA, they have Mid-South, they have
World Class.
Florida, they have all this other stuff, but you never see any footage from Paul Bosch's wrestling.
Yeah. That'd be pretty good. That'd be interesting if that.
They could redo all their documentaries with extra footage now.
Oh, great. I wonder, I want to question a little bit like how much the validity of this story, because if Triple H is only interested in buying Paul Bosch's Houston Wrestling Library off of Bruce Tharp, how much is he losing, or how much of a wasted opportunity is it to buy the rest of the fucking NWA library?
It may not be up for sale. It may not be even on the tables for him.
I mean, why would Bruce Tharp be okay with selling just the Houston stuff and not the rest of the stuff?
No, I'm not a fucking businessman. I don't know what's going on with these two people.
Okay. All right.
Example, I think NWA Smoky Mountain still exists. So they can't buy old school Smoky Mountain stuff without getting the new stuff, and they're using it right now. So that's not on the table. So I'm thinking that's what Travis is coming from.
Okay.
Paul Bosch's stuff, there hasn't been Paul Bosch stuff.
There's so many WWE guys that came from Paul Bosch, or they swung by Paul Bosch's territory during their heyday.
$1 million
before
man.
Andre,
WWE.
Flair.
All this stuff is gold footage you just can't find anywhere. So
Yeah.
YouTube. But
If he has the Masters, then that's the best place to get him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all the Wahoo Dango you can handle.
sense of sarcasm.
No.
Remember how much fun we had at the last NXT house show?
Yeah, I had a lot of
You
fun.
did.
You two did it.
It was a nice journey, kind of.
You guys were bitching the entire time because you couldn't say anything because of the bad lighting.
You couldn't see a lot because of the bad lighting either, though.
No, I was kind of up front.
Plus, the card was
fine.
kind of boring. We've already seen all the matches that was there.
Yeah, and it wasn't really, in line with all the storyline and stuff of what's actually going on because it was a house show.
And you dressed up as someone who wasn't even there.
That's
A
true.
lot of y'all dressed up as people that weren't even there.
Fucking
That's
Mark
Suckers.
Yeah.
Well, you can try again.
But it was fun to cosplay. It was fun.
That's what Comic Palooza is for.
Oh,
That's this weekend, by the way.
ah,
Georgia Brown Convention Center.
Where
yeah. They're not fucking sponsors. Don't put them over like that.
they're getting him in the door.
No, sir.
Oh, no.
Oh, you paid.
Oh,
Yeah.
see,
Fuck Comic Palooza.
yeah,
They're not
they're not fucking sponsors.
NXT
Your
Live.
company's a sponsor for you, dick.
NWA's coming back. NWA.
What?
It's late. NXT road trip. They
Oh.
announced more house show dates. They're going to be in San Antonio. They're going to be in Corpus Christi. And Saturday nights, July 30th, back at Revention, NXT house show.
Yay!
Advertised. Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Asuka, a couple more.
Cool.
But yeah, tickets go on sale this Friday.
And tickets will be sold out this Friday.
Yeah.
Tickets will be sold out 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Right.
So if anybody missed out the first time or want to go see Shinsuke Nakamura, here's your chance.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to go there. If it's more of the same as last time.
Because the lighting, was not really.
Here's the only
Well, maybe they
caveat.
learned something from the lighting.
Here's the only caveat. Who's to say that some of these guys from the Cruiserweight Classic won't be filling these house show cards?
Wait, repeat that?
Well, I still don't know who they all are. I mean, I know their names, but I
They're
don't
going
know.
to be – the Cruiserweight Classic will have already started
Okay.
before this NXT house show.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say some of these Cruiserweight Classic wrestlers don't end up on this card?
They probably won't. If this is, yeah, I mean, if they're
Bitch.
not signed, if they're not signed and they're only signed for the Cruiserweight Classic, we probably won't see them anywhere until we decide who's the fucking winner of the Cruiserweight Classic.
Just don't be surprised.
Okay.
Stranger
Okay.
things have happened.
Even
Okay.
if that was the case, I'm not going to drive out there for that.
Parking, bad seats.
I could watch it on this fucking network. Perfect seat right here.
Oh, I didn't know they were airing our NXT house show on the network.
Well, I'm just saying, if that's the case for those guys you're talking about,
Yeah.
fucking the cruiserweights right there. Okay.
Yeah, but you hate the Full Sail crowd.
You got him there. You got him there.
You know what? That's a show, man.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. That was an abrupt finish. I guess you're used to that.
I got mine.
Let's hold on. I want to do one other thing because we got a question here. Who would you like to see new episodes of Wrestling Roundtable?
Wrestling Roundtable. That's the one that Mean Gene hosted, and he had two people on each side.
Talking about Legends of Wrestling?
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
Yeah, they had old fogies
Right.
talking about the back in the days.
Yeah, you don't have to say old fogies, but yeah. Yeah.
I don't know who.
It's too late for that shit.
This is where we who.
Hmm. Who would I like to see on that show?
Yeah.
I don't know. They always have different. I don't know. They always have different people there. I don't know.
Paul Ellering. Oh, because he's back.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I liked it when the original show it had Jim Ross, Mean Gene,
Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes. Yeah, Michael Hayes gets on my nerves sometimes. There's been some good rotating guests that have been on there.
Okay, fine. Paul Ellering, J.J. Dillon, Paul Heyman, Mean Gene is the moderator, and one more manager.
Harvey Whippleman.
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart.
Done.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. That'd be a good one.
Manager special.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, what about? Well, no, I don't know. I think who'd you mention? Who was the second one?
Paul Heyman, I think, was the second one.
Oh yeah, Heyman's a good one. Okay.
No, you said JJ
Bam.
Dillon. didn't you?
JJ Dillon. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, cool. Now do we have a show? Yeah.
We had a show like 30 minutes ago.
Okay. Adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
Doodles. I think that TNA talk went a little too long.
No, it was. If you just say TNA, it's already too long.
We laugh, and then that's the end of the segment.
Yeah, TNA. Ha ha ha.
You just wanted to bitch about TNA.
That too.
It's been a while.
The show that shall not be named.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.